Happy Friday to those who celebrate. It is Big Rich, TD, and Fletch with you, and it is a Bar Cart Friday brought to you by Keg and Bottle. 10 locations around San Diego. Stock up on your weekend goodies, beer, wine, liquor at 10 locations in San Diego. I was at the Mira Mesa location. I actually ran into one of our loyal listeners. Elvis was outside, and he shouted at me. It wasn't that Elvis.
Oh, man.
This Elvis was slightly shorter and actually looked like Elvis right before he kicked the bucket. Like just a little bit no, he was a fun guy. He was super energetic. I was walking out of a Starbucks. It's right next to Keg and Bottle in Mira Mesa. I think it's right off of Mira Mesa Boulevard. But all of a sudden I hear, Rich! Big Rich! And I turn around, I'm like, yeah. And he goes, it is you. So Elvis, it was a pleasure meeting you. We took a quick picture together, and I love it. I'm not kidding when I say this. Anytime you see me out and about, do not hesitate to stop by and say hi. Same goes for Travis and Fletch. We love to meet our listeners, and Elvis is a good dude.
I thought you were saying it was okay if we sasaid hi to you. Yeah. Same goes for Travis and Fletch. If they want to say hi to me while I'm out and about, they can.
I didn't even understand what you're saying.
We get to be cavemen today.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a little disappointed we didn't bring in like rocks and old-timey hatchets, that just have the boulder at the end.
Yeah, we should have brought in torches and maybe like tried to down a gazelle in studio with our bare hands.
Just loincloths.
Oh, my God. Yeah,
Who
missed
would be
opportunity
the best
there.
caveman here?
I don't know.
It's got to be Travis.
Yeah, no question, actually.
Wait. You mean like survivalist?
No, like
Wait a second.
During caveman times.
We do have to explain why we're saying this. Caveman Vodka is coming in studio.
Right.
So Caveman Vodka is going to come in. We're going to be talking with their owner-operator in studio and having a bunch of cocktails. That's going to be a lot of fun during the 8 o'clock hour. But yeah, Travis 100% would be the best caveman.
Like as far as what though?
Building stuff, making shelter, solving problems with practical applications. I mean, for Christ's sake,
I'm pretty good at that.
I fueled you.
Repopulating the earth. Now.
This guy.
Give me those genes.
Not anymore.
well, yeah.
You could also be like the town doctor doing the snip for everybody.
I don't think because you've had a vasectomy means you could perform.
Yeah, I don't think the doctor like showed me how to do it.
He's like, Travis, check this out. It's just like a carburetor. And he just pulled out a couple of wires. He's like, there you go. And then we're just going to cauterize
He did kind of do that.
But how Travis Dale does not have a vasectomy sponsor is outrageous.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you have such positive things to say about it.
Well, I mean, are you supposed to be negative about it?
After having 3 kids before he reached 20 years of age, I'm pretty sure I know the reason why he had positive things to say about his vasectomy.
I was the ripe old age of 24.
Oh my God.
That's like rewind 3 years of my life. I can't imagine having 3 kids when I was 24 years old.
You should have seen the paperwork I had to sign. It was crazy.
No offense. You shouldn't own a dog, Fletch. Like, I mean, I can't imagine you now.
Little Brock. He's so sweet.
He's a good dog father. No question about it. Dog dad. And also Brock, every time he brings his puppy, who is named after Brock Purdy, the starting quarterback of the 49ers, into our studio around the iHeart cluster, I mean, the saleswomen come flocking over to him. Yeah. You just smell like perfume wafting through the air, and you're just like, what is going on? And you just see a huddle of women and a dog just like, help!
That's
I'm
right.
under attack.
Kendall's going to say you can't take the dog to work anymore.
Dude, Brock does smell like perfume. But the other day, remember Katie from finance from Big iHeart was here?
Yeah, Katie O'Brien.
We love Katie.
Yeah.
But there was like a big board meeting in the conference room up front, and like people who I like don't even know because they're that much ahead of me. And I swiftly opened up the door and walked right in there with Brock and said, hello, everybody. This is Brock, and my name's Ben Fletcher. How the hell are you? And everyone went
held
nuts.
it up like Lion King?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, cool.
And then I walked back out, and Sherry at the front desk was like, I know what you're doing.
Yeah. If you have a puppy, there's no way they can fire you.
That's right.
Just like, I got to feed this thing. He costs $20 a month in puppy chow.
He's
So-
got shots coming up. He's got to get his balls chopped off coming up.
Well,
It's going to be a
Travis
big couple
can handle
months.
that. He's he's
Listen, when I had the vasectomy done, the doctor was like, "Hey, come around to this side. I'm going to show you how to do it. In case you have to do it again later."
and here we go. We're just gonna trim all of this.
It that was quite the experience. I mean, I've got stories. The iodine is very cold. I'm just letting you know. It's very, very cold.
Do they knock you out for that?
No.
Oh God.
No.
I'm gonna request to be knocked out.
No. There's no knocking out. And there were several nurses, and after the iodine, there was a fan. The doctor came in and went like to the nurse, like off to the side, like, you don't want to put the fan right on it because it gets there's not a lot of surface area to work. Yeah, yes. And I was like, "What's going on down there, Doc?"
Looking like a Galapagos tortoise here. So speaking of being deballed, the Commanders absolutely got smoked last night on Thursday Night Football.
Dude.
A 40-20 loss. I told you guys it was going to be a little bit of a shootout, and it was 60 points scored between these two sides. And that Bears defense finally woke up.
DJ Moore, man. I mean, he was wide open all night. It's not like they were hard catches, but 230 yards through the air between Justin Fields and DJ Moore. If you had either of them on your fantasy lineups, congrats. I have Justin Fields in one league. It was a good night.
How about this?
I got DJ Moore in my lineup.
50?
49.
Yeah.
He's on the bench.
Oh,
Who did you start over him? Like, which player were you like, DJ Moore or this guy? DJ Moore or this guy? Oh, it's going to be this guy.
I didn't want to say.
Just
Don't say
please
tell
do
me
it.
it's a Bronco.
No, it's Adam Thielen.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh my God. It's worse than I thought.
I mean, Adam Thielen is Mr. Consistent. If
Right.
you need 9 points a
That's
game,
what I'm saying.
Adam Thielen's your guy.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
But what's 49 minus 9?
It is 40.
That's a 40-point differential, my guy.
Yeah, it wasn't great. Look,
Better decisions have been made.
Oh,
but
wait. I'm sorry. I said 49. I was mistaken. It's 52.
Good
52.
Lord. Good Lord. Well, apologies and our sincerest condolences to anybody who didn't start DJ Moore and left him on the bench like Travis Dale. Because he went off, caught 3 touchdowns also from Justin Fields, who threw 4 on the night. It was an onslaught. And like I said, that Bears defense finally woke up. And the reason why that's a sneaky important fact to this whole situation, a little factoid, is the same way we're talking about Brandon Staley with the Chargers being a defensive-minded coach, a guru of sorts, coming to Los Angeles from the Rams, or I should say staying in Los Angeles from the Rams, and working with the Chargers now. The defense has been trash. They've been bad. And so when you're a defensive coordinator taking on a head coaching position and you have a talent like Justin Fields and you're getting very little production from him last year into the early portion of the season this year, and oh, by the way, your defense stinks out loud, there's huge problems. So finally they got aggressive. They pressured Sam Howell a ton, and they had some issues and injuries. They had 3 or 4 players in their defensive secondary who are banged up, the Bears. You hold any team these days in the NFL to 20 points or less, you should win those ball games. That's what the Chicago Bears did.
Rich, Travis, question for both of you, because we talked about going into that game last night. First of all of us picked the Commanders. All of us were wrong, as well as 72% of the betting public all had the Commanders covering the 6-point spread. Everyone was wrong. But a question for both of you, does this game give you any pause about the Philadelphia Eagles, who last week were in a tough game against the Commanders, and the Commanders made it look easy?
No, because that's how Philly has won this entire season. The Philadelphia Eagles haven't woken up yet. And I say this about the NFL because I experienced it. Any team can get you. They're all talented. Like, look at the Chicago Bears last night. I mean, they looked like they could contend with whoever the best team, the 49ers, the Cowboys. They look like they could beat anybody the way they played last night. It's crazy, but week to week, any team can sneak up and beat you. The Cowboys were down by the Arizona Cardinals. I promise you it's coming for the Niners. Somewhere here, they're going to stumble. The Rams were supposed to suck this season. That's a team that's on an upswing all of a sudden. It's a weird league. So
You spreading fake news over here?
What are you talking about?
You said it's going to come for the Niners?
Oh, it's coming for
yeah.
everyone.
Wait,
it's coming forever.
Brock Purdy's record in the regular
It
season?
might be
Sorry.
week 12, but it's coming for everyone.
He doesn't lose, Rich.
Well, he hasn't yet.
Are you saying that they're going to go 17-0 in the regular season?
I'm not. gonna not say that.
Wow.
I think it's
there it is.
absolutely possible.
Well, I mean,
We should drive to Vegas after the show.
if you trust the numbers, actually, we should put a bet on the line. We should put a significant bet on the line against Ben's bet that they're going to go 17-0. I'll gladly pay it
Yep.
off.
Okay, Ben.
No, remember,
you have to get a vasectomy if they. Wait, what?
not my vase.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
I did predict in the preseason that this would be the Niners' first loss this Sunday,
Yeah.
and I don't feel great about that now, but I'll stick with what I said.
Yeah, I mean, well, maybe in the preseason or not preseason, probably week 1. I would have agreed with you on that one. The Cowboys a roll on the defense. I'm not so sure now. I feel like the Cowboys have a few problems to work out. I think their defense looks fantastic, but I mean, but we'll see. I think it should be a good matchup. But to Rich's point, any given Sunday, man, yeah, if things work out in your favor. And all of a sudden, well, so the Bears, they start to get ahead here. They were moving the ball. Everything was working for them. Nothing was working for the Commanders. Commanders now have to change their game plan. And it just doesn't work. I mean, or they couldn't make it work. And the Bears just rolled the whole game. However, there was a brief moment with 10 minutes left in the fourth where I was like, the Bears are going to bear again.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable.
It looked possible. And Sam Howell is one of those quarterbacks where, as inept as the Commanders looked in the first half, there was some fight in the second half. It's interesting. Magic Johnson is kind of the forgotten piece of this puzzle in Washington, but he is a part of the ownership group that purchased the Washington Commanders. He was at the game last night. Josh Harris, I believe his first name is Josh, is the lead investor on the investment group that purchased the Washington Commanders. And Magic after game pulled no punches. He said that there wasn't much fire, there wasn't much life to the Washington Commanders football team. This is what happens, though, on a Thursday nighter after a rough and tumble game on Sunday. This is the reason why a lot of players complain about Thursday night football. It's because if you're involved in a super physical ball game, it's very difficult to get it up 4 days later.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Well, so Rich, that's a former
Double entendre.
That's a former basketball player's perspective. From a former football player's perspective, like yourself, why weren't the Commanders able to get pressure on Justin Fields? That's been their calling card all season long. That's why DJ Moore was wide open down the field, because the secondary can rely on the front four to get pressure on the quarterback.
Well, two things. First of all, the Bears offensive line had inarguably their best night of the season, best game of their season. They opened up holes for Khalil Herbert. They opened up holes for, what's his name? Roshan Robinson is their backup. They opened up holes for their running backs, which softens the defense. You know, you want to pack the box, meaning you want to get as many players as close to the 5-yard space to the line of scrimmage near where the tackle's set up or inside to stop the run when a team's having success running the football. And when you do that, when you add an extra defender to beef up the middle of your defense, or you drop a safety down low, you could get beat deep. And so having a balanced offense and having success on the ground is the reason why Justin Fields got loose and DJ Moore had the night he had. Yeah, so if you missed it, the final on that game last night, the Bears downed the Commanders a staggering 40-20. Justin Fields threw for 282. He ran for an additional 57, finished the night with 4 passing touchdowns, 230 of those yards through the air, and 3 of those touchdowns were aided by receiver DJ Moore. Chicago improves to 1-4 on the season. They got their first win. Washington falls to 2-3. And speaking of Chicago, Dick Butkus, arguably one of the fiercest linebackers to ever play in the NFL, has died at the age of 80. The Bears announced yesterday. Butkus became a Bear legend and a Hall of Famer during his 9-year career, which started back in 1965. The Butkus family said he died peacefully in his sleep overnight at his home in Malibu, California. Rest in peace, be easy, big man. That guy was hysterical on Twitter and X after his career.
Oh, man. The SNL parodies they did of him, and then he joined the cast and would play along. He was awesome.
Yeah, he was a funny guy, no question about it. And I don't know if you guys saw the story. I want to briefly brush over this because these sort of things are awful. But Lindsey Hill, Trevor Bauer's accuser, has defended herself after he released the the pitcher, the ex-Dodgers pitcher, released a video of him explaining away some of these allegations of sexual assault. Trevor Bauer released text messages that came up in court discovery. He put out a video of Lindsey Hill from, I guess, her Instagram account that came up in court discovery of her sending a video to her friend smiling, laying next to Trevor Bauer, assumedly the morning after coitus. This is a terrible situation one way or the other. Either an innocent man was accused of something that he didn't do, or a woman was assaulted. And either way this thing falls, it's absolutely horrible, and it should never happen either way, depending. And I just hope that the truth comes out for whichever side is innocent in this whole situation, because it is a debacle.
Yeah, without a doubt. And you are absolutely right. Truth, one way or the other, someone needs to get justice in this somehow.
Yeah.
The problem is no matter which way the truth falls, both parties are hurt here. I mean, these are horrible stories to have to try to wade through.
Lives have already been changed and potentially ruined as a result, and millions of dollars obviously are hanging the balance here, because that's that's what we're talking about when we're talking about people who are in their earning window, and obviously that's the last thing anybody should think of if there was an assault. But if there wasn't, and there's innocence on the side of the accused, well, I mean, that is potential to damage you financially in ways that nobody could have ever foreseen. So I don't know the truth in the story. Nobody does. Only people who know the truth, obviously, are Bauer and Hill. We'll see how this thing shakes out, but just thought I'd mention it there because it's been all over Twitter or X. And of course, it's being ran by every major publication covering sports. All right, no easy segues, but back to the NFL we go, checking out some of the games that we have on the docket. None bigger than the San Francisco 49ers hosting the Dallas Cowboys. Sunday Night Football coming up this weekend. Ben, you have a bunch of friends coming into town. You're going to be partying all over Pacific Beach. If you see a drunk Fletcher eating nachos, holler at your boy. Where are you watching the Niners game? How are you going to watch that? Do you like to be surrounded by people when you watch your team play?
No, not at all.
And that's going to be your experience, though.
No, it won't, because it's a Sunday night game. They'll all be on planes leaving already, so that's good. And shame on you.
Really, he really got in your face on that. No, it won't.
No, I can't watch with people.
Understood.
I'm like the worst when it comes to that. I need to be on my couch. Maybe I can have Brock next.
You could have stopped and hit a period right after. I'm the worst.
I am the worst. Jim Russell's the worst. I might be the second worst. When it comes to Niners fandom and just needing to, I think I am going to a Niners game though, December 10th. Seahawks Niners at Levi's.
Jim is the woat. He's the worst of all time.
But this game, man, sets up for some dramatic fireworks. The storylines are everywhere. The people are calling it the Dak Prescott revenge game because of what the 49ers have done to the Cowboys in the postseason. Something that I really didn't think about, and shame on me for not thinking about it. Trey Lance is on the Cowboys. Trey Lance is going to be divulging some secrets, depending on how much Kyle Shanahan actually shared with him, which going into this season, I don't know how much that there was.
They just made Trey Lance just sit in the corner. They're not going to tell him anything.
Honestly, maybe. Like you don't watch. Yeah. You don't trade someone ahead of a game as big as this without at least thinking about that, right?
No, they've pumped Trey Lance for every single line call, every single formation or audible.
Like there's a damn good chance Jerry Jones made that trade and sent the 4th rounder just for this game and just for the postseason this year.
What would you do? Would you spend a 4th rounder and potentially have the leg up on arguably the most dangerous team in the NFC side,
and knowing there's a chance you're going to face them in the NFC Championship this year or in the postseason at some point,
or keep the 4th rounder? I would spend the 4th rounder. I'd happily spend the 4th rounder, because guess what? It's a 50-50 shot whether a 4th rounder pans out in the NFL anyways. You look at what you spend on Trey Lance to bring him in, which, by the way, just the player himself, he may pan out for you, just the player, but certainly the information you can ascertain from getting him on the whiteboard, talking to your defensive coordinators, working with them to come up with a plan to stop Shanahan's offense, and maybe a little bit of a Rosetta Stone.
How great would it be if, not if Dak Prescott got injured, but if he was out of the game, Trey Lance came in and Trey Lance just went to town on the Niners.
What would be cool is now if the Niners are down, say 40 in the third quarter, and Trey Lance comes in the fourth, and then all of a sudden just absolutely roasts the starting defense.
Right.
Like that would be like salt in the wound.
Yeah, hypotheticals are fun. Not gonna happen, bro.
What? Okay, how about this hypothetical? Brock Purdy hurts the elbow again.
Why do you
I'm
even
just saying. I'm just asking.
It can happen.
I'm just throwing it out there.
It
He's
can.
fragile.
By the way, how are Brock the dog's elbows?
Oh, yeah.
Dogs
You
have
checked on
elbows
that?
They're
too,
solid.
Or
You've
knees.
checked on
Dude, you know what?
Do they have 4 knees or do they have 2 knees and 2 elbows like us?
I don't know. Like if you put pants on a dog, do they just wear them like on their back legs or do they wear them on all their legs?
See, that is a very good point because most costumes for dogs, you dress them like humans,
What the hell is
but
happening?
they have 4 legs.
Yeah. So like if you were to put pants on them,
But then,
like,
hang on.
I mean, like the pants.
Dude,
would-
what the hell is
the pants,
happening?
You'd pull the pants up like this, and they'd be like up to your sides.
where the hell do you put the shirt then, though?
What?
Like
the
if
shirt
you-
goes over your. Oh yeah, there'd be no sleeve holes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Speaking of pants, my pants are fitting a lot
Maybe
looser these days.
Vests? Maybe just
just
do
a vest.
Yeah,
or
with
just well,
pant legs sticking through the front paws. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
you could do that. Yeah,
What the hell is happening?
or like a little. Just maybe it's just like a dog's saddle, but it's a vest.
Okay. Just imagine you're a dog. It's not actually as hard to do with Fletch. Yeah, okay,
I
but
do
imagine
lick myself.
you just walk around on all fours.
I need
You
a
gotta
piece of
wear
paper.
You got to wear pants on. Yeah, we should
Wait,
diagram
hang on.
this.
Yeah, hang on. Maybe I
Speaking
can do
of
like
pants,
this.
my pants are feeling a lot looser these days.
Why is that, Ben?
Because of SDFatLoss.com. Okay,
on.
yesterday we got a very good text from Chloe and Wayne over at SDFatLoss.com letting us know that you guys are coming in droves and making your appointments for free consultations. If you want to join the masses of Big Rich, TD, and Fletch listeners and make a healthy change in your life, do yourself a favor. Go over to SDFatLoss.com right now or call 858-665-3211 and get your free consultation with Miss Chloe coming up later today. Find out the secret of losing up to 1 pound of fat every day. Yesterday, I lost 2. No exercise required, no counting points, no calories, no prepackaged meals, no hormones, no drugs, no injections. All of that is able to be found at sdfatloss.com. This morning, I jumped on the scale. Boys, any guesses what I was at? Yesterday, 239.
Well, less.
wait.
So I'm going to say 236.
237.0 this morning.
Oh my gosh.
And that is the lowest I've been since freshman year of college,
That's
which is just
incredible.
outrageous to see what this has done for me. It's also the first time in my life, without divulging any numbers, I am under 100 pounds heavier than Kendall, which is a big deal.
Wow.
Wow.
So this
about
is
that?
awesome. This summer was rough for me. You guys know it. I just saw pictures from a wedding I was at over the summer. My God, talk about fatso.
He got those.
Fat. That's what I was.
He got those pants that had the elastic on the sides. You
Dude,
know what I mean?
it was honestly, I saw a
That's right.
picture of me on the dance floor when the coat had come off and my belly was hanging out like crazy. I'm down to 237. Can't wait to see my buddies this weekend because they're all going to be shocked. Get on over to sdfatloss.com. Call the number 858-665-3211 if you want to start losing weight today.
Okay, so here's a dog diagram,
Oh
right?
my God.
Okay, so do you wear the pants like this? Like they would go here and around like this?
Did you just draw that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, do they wear the pants like on this half?
See, this is a great
Yeah.
point because
Or
they have front legs too.
yeah, or is it like this? Like, do they wear them like this?
That makes more sense to me.
Yeah.
Because those
So-
aren't arms. Those
See,
are
I'm going to
legs.
disagree.
Yeah.
They belong only on the back.
Only on the back
yeah,
end?
and
Wait, but-
so there's a hole for
Hmm.
the tail, right?
Yeah.
Which goes out, and
of
then
course.
there's little pockets
Out of
on the
your
little
mind?
dog butt cheeks,
Right,
and
right.
the pants are just for the back 2 legs, and then you put the shirt over the front,
Hmm.
so there's a collar around the
Hmm.
neck, and then 2 arm sleeves.
I think you gotta go bottom half pants, top half shirt, like almost like a turtle shell.
A onesie,
Yeah, but it has to be a onesie. Yeah, I
Oh,
think. Yeah,
or
yeah.
like-
it's like a
a 4-legged onesie.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, like think about like
a dog bodysuit.
blue jeans bottom, and then a white, like it almost looks like a faux collar shirt. The
Now,
collars.
These are really popular with the ladies these days. Have
What's
you se-
that?
Like the shorts and shirt that are attached
Oh,
to
I
each
love
other.
I think they were
Yeah.
really popular like in the the 90s.
I like
Are you
it-
talking about like the jumpsuit thing where
Kind
they
of a romper.
yeah,
yeah, though, I think that was like a 70s thing.
it's coming back.
Yeah.
It's made a comeback, and dude, I love it so much. I love it when a chick is super fit and she's got a decent butt. I also love it when, I like it when a thick girl gives it a shot too.
Travis, I already know what he's gonna say. How do they pee?
Oh no, I know how they pee. They have to get completely undressed, which we were at Disneyland like a month ago, and they're very popular. They were all over the place. Yeah, I know we need a break, but this is very important.
Yeah.
And with everyone wearing these rompers, I'm like, everyone has to get completely naked.
Or sometimes they have button flies.
They do?
They're like,
you mean like a flap
underneath? Like how
you can just tear the thing off.
Yeah, you just got it, like almost like a. Well, I don't even want to describe it, but like,
why don't you just go to break?
Like, think about like a roast turkey.
I brought this up with my wife. I'm like, how all these women in the bathroom? She's like, yep, naked. I'm like, I knew it.
There is a tortilla chip that could kill one of us sitting in our office right now.
That's actually real.
It could kill one of us. It's sitting in the office right now. Find out who's closest to eating that chip based on an NFL bet that none of us signed up for. That's next.
Who's on track to eat the chip? Find out coming up next. This update is presented by the Jim Betrell Real Estate Team. We will begin in the NFL. Bears shocked the Commanders last night, winning 40-20 in D.C. 72% of public money was bet on the Commanders to cover the 6-point spread. So it was a great night for the books over there in Las Vegas. Justin Fields, DJ Moore, they combined for 230 yards and 3 touchdowns on the night. Also, this was the first Bears win. Guys, listen up to this one. This was the first Bears win in 347 days.
Wow. That's a lot of days.
That's a lot of days. It's also 14 regular season games in a row that they had lost coming into that one. Sticking with the Bears, the NFL lost a legend yesterday. Dick Butkus passes away at the age of 80. Butkus played 9 years in the league, was an 8-time Pro Bowler. RIP to the legend himself. Coming up this weekend on San Diego Sports 760, Saturday, we got Alabama, Texas A&M beginning at 3. And then on Sunday, NFL triple header. First up, Saints, Pats, 9:30. Eagles, Rams, 105. Cowboys at the Niners in prime time at 4:45. Would you like to know what your home would sell for today? Get a simple text message with your home's value by texting your address to 855-600-6000. You'll get no phone call, just a text. Jim Betrell has the buyers. Simply text your address to 855-600-6000.
Big Recedi and Fletch, San Diego Sports 760, rolling through a Bar Card Friday, brought to you by Keg and Bottle, 10 locations all throughout San Diego. We do have some tickets to give away here. I think that's legit. Okay. Coming up on the show, you're going to get a possible pair of tickets to go see 3 world championship fights, the headlining the Bellator MMA's historic 300th card. It's happening tomorrow at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. Tickets on sale now at axs.com, or just stay locked in here for your chance to win them.
Why possible? It's happening.
It's happening. Done.
We have Saunders coming on.
Nope. Chael Sonnen. He'll be joining
Apologies.
us. He is a 3-time title contender in the UFC. Unbelievable fighter, but as good he is at fighting, he may be a better talker, specifically trash talking. If you're looking up Chael Sonnen highlights, you're going to see as many knockouts and high kicks as you are going to see him destroying people verbally. He's an entertaining guy and now a fight analyst for Bellator.
I went back and watched his Anderson Silva fight from 2010. It was the middleweight championship of the world. Big fight. Anderson Silva was dominant in the UFC for years and years and years. Chael had him in the first round.
Chael was a scrappy dude. Can't wait to talk to him. We're going to have him on StreamYard. So if you stream us on the free iHeartRadio app, we appreciate it. Take us wherever you go. If you start your morning like me, you fire up that iHeartRadio app as soon as you roll out of bed and you listen to it while you're getting for work. And then through the powers of modern technology, it connects to your Bluetooth, and then you can walk right into your office with it. So Chael Sonnen joining the show. We also have Paul Vierzy. He's going to be on, comedian. He's playing at the American Comedy Company this weekend. We recently, as a show, all took the wives out to dinner at Barbusa and a show at American Comedy Co. We saw Michael Rappaport. It is one of my favorite rooms to watch comedy. You are close to the stage. It's intimate. The comedians are set up in the corner. So it's kind of like they have the run of the house, the run of the course right there. Super fun place to watch comedy. And Vierzy is a super, super fun comedian. And also Caveman Vodka coming through the doors with Tony Kanja, owner, operator of Keg and Bottle, 10 locations around San Diego. That's a huge amount of things coming up very short order.
We're going to fit it all in.
913 is asking for a Friday tradition on the show. How many swipes to a butt?
Oh,
yeah. We haven't done it in a while.
I'll tell you what, I know my algorithm's going to be way off because I was looking for mustache clips. Just a heads
Son
up.
of a gun.
What, right off the get-go?
Number 2. Number 1 was Rich talking about Al Michaels. Number 2 was a pirate butt.
Okay.
They call that pirate booty.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. All right. TikTok opening.
And here's number 2.
Oh, wow. That's swipe 3. Wow. Okay. So first one is, I don't know, car detailing. Wait, some lady. No. Okay.
All right. TikTok.
Here's some video games.
Whoa. The volume was
Whoa,
way high.
I don't know what that is. Some old timey Hawkeye. Wait, hold on. This might work.
1, 2. Already
I'm
three.
at 4.
Look at
5.
this. Look at this giant hot dog I found. Not like it's an actual hot dog. 4, 5.
10, 11, 12,
This isn't
13,
fun.
14, 15, 16,
There's Justin
17,
Herbert. Get off
18,
my feet,
19.
dog. I'm looking for a butt.
Oh, wait, hold on. What are they
Couple
making with the
cheeks.
pumpkin here?
Man, you guys are losers.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I feel like a
17,
virgin right now.
19,
Ben, it
20,
took you one slice?
22,
Yeah, it was
23.
immediate.
Oh my gosh. This guy's grilling a tomahawk steak.
Check it.
28.
Doing exactly what I did.
That was like
Oh
what
my
I opened my
gosh.
TikTok to.
Dude, yeah. You opened the TikTok app, dude. Yeah, it's not happening for me
No,
today.
I'm at like 40 right now.
Yeah.
40
Win
plus.
or lose, depending on how you think about it.
Is this your dog? Oh wait,
Wait,
there might
wait,
be a
wait.
butt involved
Oh,
here.
wait, yeah, no. So wait, hang on.
Not
I
your-
don't know.
Oh no, that's Brianna Chicken Fries dog. She does the podcast with
something.
Glenn.
What?
Yeah, let's see. No, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm way out.
Bunch of
I'm not even
losers.
close.
You're a creep.
Yeah.
You are a total creep. What,
Oh,
are, you
wait.
using, what are you using
There
your
we go.
TikTok for? Yeah,
There we go.
Atta boy,
Yeah,
Travis.
It's a romper.
Yeah,
That's what we were talking about.
Wait. TikTok was listening.
Dude, I told you, those are the best. Look at
That-
her. Like, she's a little bit of a thicker gal. I can dig that, though.
That- yeah, I mean, this.
913. Travis, you need to look at more booties. Channel your inner perv.
By
You know
the
what?
way-
You're right. I'm just gonna start Googling booty.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's good because TikTok watches everything we text. There was one time we were all texting about foods that we really want to get down on because we've been on this diet for a while. And then all of our algorithms turned to just macaroni and cheese and nacho recipes.
How about the one I sent you that was like mac and cheese with bacon inside of it on top of a fried chicken sandwich?
Okay.
Okay, so
Don't even know what to say about
I don't
that.
even know where we were. We were somewhere. We came home. My wife and I came home. I walk inside the house and I said, "Smells like sausage."
Hmm.
And then Caleb, my son, says, "It's bacon." And I went, "You made bacon?" Yeah, I made bacon pancakes. And I'm like, "You made bacon pancakes? Talk to me about this." He took bacon, baked the bacon, so it was cooked. Then he no, didn't cut anything up. He took bacon, he then dipped it in pancake batter and cooked it like pancakes.
Dude, I really hate Caleb.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm most proud of us about because this is what our group text is
Yeah.
sending ridiculous food,
Yeah.
sending
You know-
like stuff we wish we could eat, and none of us are eating it.
Mhm.
I'll tell you the best way to make pancakes, and I miss it so much, and you just remind me of it. You pour the batter on the pan first. Big
Okay,
pancake.
big,
right?
big.
Size of your hand.
Big
Like,
league.
Nice and thin, also, so it's like almost.
no,
Mm.
you. So check this out. So you pour it on the griddle, and you kind of let it kind of puff up and set
Get
for a
cakey,
second.
get
Yeah,
cakey.
a little bit, and you want to keep it on low. You want it to spend some time. Then you take 2 slices of bacon, and you can tear them in half, and then you just push them
Okay.
down into the soft batter on top, and then you pour a little maple syrup on every single little pool that the bacon lined pool. You can pull up and then you add a little bit more pancake syrup on top of the already starting to form pancake.
Close
We
it
gotta
up.
stop.
Close
and
it up.
It closes it up. You flip
We
it
gotta
over, and what it creates is a maple bacon pancake sandwich. And when they are hot, I don't know how to describe it.
I want to
So check this out. Check this out. On
right in the
TikTok,
mouth.
a couple days ago, a woman gets a egg McMuffin.
Yeah.
A container of the maple pancake syrup
Yep.
from McDonald's.
Yep.
And 2 hash browns. She opens up the egg McMuffin. She tosses out the English muffin portion of it. So she has the egg, the Canadian bacon.
Okay.
She puts that now on top of 1 hash brown. She pours some of the pancake syrup on it, closes it up with the other hash brown, and takes a bite.
Now I want to punch you in the face.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, who's eating the chip?
Okay.
Oh,
So
wow. Forgot.
I
Got
actually
way off here.
I don't know exactly who's in the lead.
Pretty dead even. I looked at it this morning. If anything, maybe you guys are slightly ahead of me because I have some bad picks in the NFC.
So the Pocky One Chip Challenge is what we're talking about. And for those of you who haven't kept up with the story, this is the tortilla chip that killed somebody recently.
Sweet.
Ben bought one from 7-Eleven before they got yanked off of shelves nationwide. So we have one sitting in our office in a little coffin box. That's what they come in. So very apt description of what they can do to you if in the wrong hands. Well, one of us is going to eat the spiciest tortilla chip on the market, or at least one of them. If we lose this little over-unders, we picked season-ending totals for each of the 32 teams in the NFL. And you said it's dead even, or we're slightly ahead of you. So right now you're eating the chip if
So
it ends today.
If it ends today, I think I would be eating the chip, but it's not like a big discrepancy.
Okay.
No.
Like, we're all pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, I can see right now some of these picks. Eagles, you have under 11.5. They're currently 4-0.
That was a mistake.
Cowboys, you have under 9.5. They're currently 3-1.
I stand by that one.
Okay. Bills, you have under 10.5.
So do you.
No, I took the over, didn't I not?
It
You
says
took
under.
the
Oh, I
under.
took. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Man,
that-
that was
no, all of a
stupid. That was
sudden,
a
yeah.
dumb idea.
Yeah, but there's a couple other ones where I'm like, oh, I feel good about that now.
Yeah, well, there's a couple other ones where I'm like, that was so dumb.
How
I
about
really
the
ruined that.
Broncos?
Well,
Me and Ben took the over on the Broncos.
Hey, not
8.5.
impossible.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
It feels impossible.
They're 1-3.
You're saying 9 wins for the
I'll
Broncos.
tell you, the one where you guys really screwed the pooch is Bucks 6.5. You both took the under. I took the over.
That felt
Yeah.
right at the time. And now seeing the way Baker Mayfield has his team playing inspired football, I mean, what
It
the
feels
hell?
so wrong.
What
it
this
feels so wrong.
is a lesson to the three of us to never actually put money on something like this.
Well,
hold
Instead,
on.
put your life on the line.
But okay, hold on. Time out. We did not do that. You just arbitrarily made this a thing.
Rich
Solid
made
point.
it a thing. I just bought the chip.
No,
I
you
wanted
bought
you
the-
to
you
eat
bought
that
the
chip
chip.
right then and there.
I know, but you bought the chip for some reason, wanted to force me to eat it.
Yes.
which I still think we should do. And then nobody has to eat except Travis.
Right. So
Yeah.
it was like that day I was fully expecting us to just be able to peer pressure you into doing it. And by the way, you almost did.
Oh, yeah. you
Oh, I
almost
did. I did.
And
Yeah,
then
you
I
second,
almost
then,
worked.
Then Rich comes in and is like, I got a great idea. How about we do this?
And it was a great idea at the
It
time.
saved my life.
Now it really could have.
Yeah.
I mean, that chip could kill somebody.
And-
it already has. So
And that was prior to any weight loss.
right.
So I mean, I was borderline disaster.
Yeah, but you've been eating a ton of hot sauce now.
I'll tell you right now.
I had to stop because
Tolerance up.
I had to stop. I had to stop because the hot sauce going in turned into hot sauce going out.
I'm gonna be dead honest with you. I miss tortilla chips so bad. I would eat a bowl of those right now. I mean, I'm down 32 pounds and I'm super proud of that. But if you gave me 12 one-chip challenges, I would dip those suckers in pico de gallo and I would house them with a little guacamole.
Time out. I just had a thought here. If, let's say, I have to eat the chip, am I allowed just to dip it like straight into sour cream?
No. You got to go. Well, now here's
There's
the
rules,
tricky
bro.
thing. You got to eat it, and you're supposed to go as long as you humanly possibly can without
zero
drinking
seconds. 0 seconds is how long
No.
it will be.
anything. All right.
Okay,
We have
there's
so
panic
much
time.
to get to. We have so much to get to. A living legend passed away, and it brings up a really interesting question about the NFL. We'll get to it on the other side. Busy show today. 7 o'clock hour is jammed. We have Jared Smith joining us, Fox Sports Radio betting analyst. He'll get you set for your NFL betting weekend as he always joins us at 7:30. But we have a couple of guests who are jumping on the show we've never spoken to. Chael Sonnen, UFC fighter now turned fight analyst ahead of these Bellator fights we have coming up this weekend. Awesome card over at Pachanga Arena, San Diego. It's the 300th card in Bellator's history, and it's Saturday, October 7th, and we're going to have a pair of tickets coming up on the show for that. Also, we're going to be joined by Paul Vierzy, comedian. He'll be playing this weekend at American Comedy Co. So get your tickets now at AmericanComedyCo.com. Who's this, Dirks?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we got a little Dirks. So every day we're going to choose one person to pick the music.
What was I thinking?
And we got Ben on the ones and twos today. Love this song. All right. So Dick Butkus passed away peacefully in his sleep 2 nights ago. This was announced by the Bears, and the Butkus family died at 80. A middle linebacker who played in the 60s, dying at 80 is pretty good if you ask me, because that was when no holds were barred. And he was one of the key linchpins of that Monsters of Midway defense for the 60, or I should say the Bears of the 60s into the 70s. They were just absolutely ferocious. Living or dead, who do you think is the scariest football player who's ever lived?
Ooh.
Because Dick Butkus is high on the list.
Yeah, that is high.
Singletary's another one that comes to mind.
Yep.
Patrick Willis was an absolute freak.
Modern era freak, playing for the Niners. He was incredible. It's always a middle linebacker, it feels like.
They're the scariest people.
Let me think. I'm trying to think of like this kid, Ray Lewis.
Dude, I'll be Brian Urlacher.
Brian Urlacher.
Brian Urlacher,
another Bears defender.
I'm
trying to think like guys
Bruschi, your teammate,
Teddy
right?
Bruschi. Wasn't intimidating though. Like
he seemed like such a nice guy, but he would lay the hammer.
He was a small dude. I mean, he had some pop. Junior Seau.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Oh man, I miss June a lot. He was a great person.
What about punishers on the offensive side? There's been a couple running backs like Jerome Bettis. There was a while where you did not want to get in his way.
The bus.
Oh, Mike Allstott. Mike Allstott is another one.
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton, he went through that period where I do think he was actually Superman.
You didn't want to tackle him. I promise you that.
No.
Derrick Henry, same thing.
Yeah, Derrick Henry is a monster. Yeah, there've been a couple of them. Rest in peace, Dick Butkus. Sad to see a legend like him go. And plus, he was awesome on SNL, on Twitter. He had a great sense of humor. All right, coming up next, like I said, loaded show. Stick around. We have tons of guests in the 7 o'clock hour. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch on a Friday.
This update is presented by Staples Stores. It's hour 2 on Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, and we'll start where we started last hour in the NFL. The Bears shocked the Commanders last night, winning 40-20 in D.C. 72% of public money bet on the Commanders in this one to cover the 6-point spread. Vegas had a good night. Justin Fields, DJ Moore, they combined for 230 yards through the air, 3 touchdowns on the night. Also, this was the Bears' first win in 347 days. Sticking with the Bears, the NFL lost a legend yesterday. Dick Butkus passing away at the age of 80. Coming up this weekend right here on San Diego Sports 760. Saturday, Alabama at Texas A&M beginning at 3 o'clock. Sunday, we got an NFL tripleheader. First up, Saints, Patriots at 9:30. Then Eagles, Rams at 1:05. Cowboys, Niners in prime time at 4:45. That is a hell of a matchup, a slate of games that we got for you on Sunday right here on 760. In baseball, the divisional series will kick off tomorrow around the MLB postseason. The first game is the Rangers taking on the Orioles. How the Padres aren't in this thing, I still don't understand. At Staples, you count on every print project being perfect and now get $50 off your print order of $150 or more. Offer ends 10/14. Exclusions and restrictions apply. See an associate or visit staples.com/print for details. Perfect prints guaranteed at Staples.
Yeah! Woo! Happy Friday to those who celebrate. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch with you. And it is a Bar Car Friday brought to you by our friends over at Keg and Bottle. I'm sure Tony Kanja will be coming along here in just about 40 minutes. We'll meet up with him and our new friends from Caveman Vodka. That is going to be the spirit that we're going to be enjoying this morning. Get you set for your weekend. You can find Caveman Vodka at any of the 10 locations here in San Diego at Keg and Bottle. So we're thrilled to have them in. We're going to have a whole bunch of cocktails like we always do.
The Broxal Mule.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
How about the Brocky Mary?
The Brocky. You're saying Brock a lot. Now, is it because of an affinity for the vegetable or is it for a certain someone?
Oh, is there broccoli in these?
Yeah, maybe there's
Okay.
broccoli. Maybe
Okay.
that's what.
Oh,
Ben's
that's what.
doing.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. Of course, he's a big fan of broccoli, especially since we start this diet. And it's one of the only vegetables we get to eat.
Yeah, broccoli. I put a lot of seasoning salt. I don't know if that's supposed to happen, but
that would be because Steve
don't
Olson,
log it.
the purveyor of Caveman Vodka, is a San Francisco 49ers fan.
Oh, he is.
Wow. Okay.
Well, turns out we have something special prepared for you and Steve Olson, and we're not going to tell you what it is until our friend Steve Olson is here.
If it's Niners trivia and you guys make me look stupid, I'm going to kill you.
No, that is not what we're going to do. We would never do that to you.
That's a good idea, though.
That is so crazy that you said that. Anyways, moving on. Chael Sonnen, who is a MMA commentator, analyst, will be joining the show here shortly. He is arguably one of the best mixed martial artists to never win a major championship over the course of his career. He is a stunning fighter. And as good of a fighter as he is, he's a better trash talker. And he's done some of that recently. We'll explain it when he comes on with us. Really excited to pick his brain about this Bellator card coming up this weekend here in San Diego at Pachana Arena.
Tomorrow.
San Diego. Yeah, it's going to be tomorrow. I keep saying October 7th, like it's some date here in the far future. It is literally tomorrow, Pachanga Arena,
no,
San Diego.
I'm doing the exact same thing. It doesn't feel like it should be October 7th already, but it is.
Yeah. Buckle up, kiddos. We're going to be trick-or-treating in just a few days. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. It's fine. It's fine. Well, it's good to talk about. We need to pick some candies.
We have a thought. And for all of our listeners who follow us on social media, Big Rich, TD, Fletch on TikTok, Instagram, on X, we're thinking about doing another bracket. I think what we're going to break down this time is Halloween candies.
Yeah, well, we've had some heated debates on what underrated candies there are and what overrated candies there are. And so that turned into, we're going to have to let the people decide.
The only way to decide is as we found out, is putting them on a bracket and having a fierce debate over which ones live and which ones die. So we will be pitting your favorite Halloween candies against each other on BBE Best Bracket Ever Candy Edition.
And if we learned anything from the original BBE is that The internet's pretty perverted.
Yes.
So do you think Mounds will win this?
Oh, by a landslide if it goes anything like Boobs did on our first best
Sex
bracket
one.
ever. Oh
Yeah.
no, it was Sex. It was Boobs and Sex in the final. Sex won. You're absolutely right. A lot of people out there were describing sex, and you could tell they've never had any. They were like, "Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, right? It's like super warmy. It's and you sweaty. Anyways, like I do it all the time. I just think it's so cool that I'm voting for sex. Yeah,
I don't think Mounds will win. I mean, I
It's
don't
the
mind
coconut.
Mounds.
Yeah,
I
the
don't mind.
coconut.
I like a Mounds.
yeah. So do I.
I like a Mounds. I like an Almond Joy.
Look,
I see the merit in both of those.
Toasted coconut makes my top 5 in terms of donuts. People think I'm
yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy.
like
Time out.
no,
That's
no.
crazy.
I'm not taking a time out.
Taking time out.
No, it's delicious. And you know what? It holds up when you dunk it into coffee. That's what I love about it. And then you get the little crumbs of coconut in your coffee.
Dude, you're killing me this morning
You-
with all
if
this
you-
food.
If you have one candy that you could go to, you get one candy for the rest of your life. What are you choosing? Right top of your head.
Reese's,
Peanut butter cups?
hell yeah, brother.
Milky
Okay.
Way. I mean, it was close. Peanut butter cups are delicious, but
Especially frozen. Oh my god.
see, I love the
So
way you
weird as that.
very sexual.
God.
Yeah. I just really
I-
like that.
I would go Milky Way as well. I would go Milky Way. And I love a Reese's peanut butter cup.
There's something
Is
special.
Milky Way nougat?
Nougat.
There is nougat
And
and
caramel.
caramel.
It's basically a Snickers without nuts.
And
Yeah.
Milky Ways don't miss.
Because
They
I
don't.
feel like
They
this-
go hard in the paint.
They really do.
the peanuts, I don't like
Say it slower.
peanuts.
We got to stop this.
You nailed it.
You're killing me this morning.
All right. We will chat with Chael Sonnen in a little bit. Jared Smith will get you set for your betting weekend in the NFL. He is our resident betting analyst and also does betting analysis for Fox Sports Radio. And Paul Vierzy, comedian playing an American Comedy Co. He'll be coming up shortly as well. Busy 7:00 hour.
Well, last night the Bears beat up on the Commanders. They won 40-20. DJ Moore had a day. And if you had the Fields Moore combo on your fantasy team, well, you just put up nearly 100 points with two guys. Don't forget this weekend, by the way, this Sunday, another early game. Jags still out in London. This week, the Bills are joining them. Game starts at 6:30. I don't know. Is that going to be on Disney Plus again? Are they going to try that again?
No, it's NFL Network this week.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Good. Not that I really watched it, but I mean, it's cool.
I tried.
Yeah.
It was, and my kids tried. They didn't love it either.
Yeah. It was a little odd. It
Yeah.
was a little odd. I mean, it was the thought of the technology put into it was cool, but it was just kind of weird to watch. Tom Brady's jersey from his final NFL game is about to hit the auction block. His last game was a loss on January 16th of this year against the Cowboys. But if someone wants to buy that last game-worn jersey from the GOAT, you're going to need to win the lottery because they think it's going to sell for $2.5 million.
Well, Powerball's up to over $1 billion right now, so that feels pretty good.
Yeah.
Higher or lower than Ass Sand?
Just right underneath, probably.
I think
Yeah,
so,
I would
too.
say Ass Sand that I currently own, way ahead. I
Yeah,
would say actually.
which- Yeah. By the way,
Two.
Powerball $1.4 billion.
Not bad. Not
Let's do
bad.
it.
Somebody's going to have to win it. Somebody's going to have to win a showdown of a bunch of really great fights coming up on Bellator MMA's historic 300th card coming up on this show. We're going to have a pair of tickets to send you there for the World Championship fights. That's going to be tomorrow night at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. Tickets on sale now at axxs.com. And Chael Sonnen, former MMA title contender, joining us on the show this morning. We've been talking up. Chael, I'm a former NFL player, and I've said this before. I don't know if there's an athlete that can really compete in terms of mental toughness and I mean just aptitude for pain and either delivering or taking on than mixed martial artists. I don't know how you do it. I mean, between sucking weight to get down to the weight to fight at, the mental anguish that you put yourself to go through that, but then also the rigors of being in battle with somebody who wants to essentially break your arm or your leg or your ankle or end your life potentially. Mixed martial artists are made of something different. So how did you get into it in the first place?
Well, that was very sweet. What a nice compliment. Thank you for saying about the sport. I got to go back a minute. Now, if somebody wants to pay $2.5 million for some bum's dirty jersey, people do some weird stuff. But to call Brady the GOAT when Joe Montana played football, come on, man. No way.
Are you a Niners fan?
I'm not a Niners fan, but Montana was good, and he was so good that Steve Young had to sit on the bench until he retired. Don't tell me Brady's the GOAT just because today guys can't keep up with yesterday's guys.
You are aside from being an absolute psycho, one of the best watches when you were in the octagon and in any cage fighting situation. You are also one of the best trash talkers, and I think it's important to the fight game, not just from a promotional ability, but do you think there's a little bit of there's doubt, right? As a fighter, I know I felt that as an athlete in a different sport, but like there's doubt, and the only way to get yourself ready to do something dangerous is to make it seem minimal. Like, almost like the F the world attitude. I'm just going to go out there and mash this dude's face and nobody's going to tell me I can't.
I love how you said that. It's us athletes that have lied to the whole world. I mean, the world turns to us for how do you get prepared for battle or how do you have success? The word confidence is the biggest scam I've ever heard. Like some jerk wrote that down in a chapter to sell a book on Amazon for $10. I have never been confident ever in my life. I fought for 6 world championships. I have never had confidence coming through that curtain. And if I did have confidence, I feel like a bully. I don't go pick on people I know I can beat. And I fully agree with you. Like you're filled with doubt. And then you either learn how to deal with that fear or you don't. But I fully agree with you with what you said about slowing the game down and minimizing it. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you don't feel like the toughest guy in the world, so then you got to put yourself in a different position. Well, am I the toughest guy in my street? Am I the toughest guy in my neighborhood? Am I the toughest guy in my house? If this guy came into my bedroom, am I the toughest guy in my bedroom? Like sometimes you got to put it in a spot where you know you are number one. I like that you admitted that. Yes, fear and doubt is a big part of sport. That's reality.
No doubt about it. I mean, well, plenty of doubt, actually.
Chael, Bellator's MMA's historic 300th card, Pechanga Arena, San Diego, tomorrow night. I mean, this is going to be insane. Super excited about it. Who are you most excited about tomorrow?
Well, there's a match going down. It's Chris Cyborg, the most known and recognizable female fighter ever. And she's taking on Kat Zingano. Cyborg's a 5-1 favorite, and Cyborg is great. But they have a common opponent named Amanda Nunes. And Kat beat Amanda, and Amanda stopped Cyborg. And I just bring that to you because common opponents are very relevant. If you got 2 athletes that have never fought before, but they have fought the same person, you look to that. I don't think that that Cyborg should be the underdog, but to be a 5-1 favorite over Kat Zingano, I don't agree with that. I think that's the fight to watch.
Chael, we went back yesterday, and I watched your Anderson Silva fight from 2010. And I thought you had him in the first round, man. You had him stumbling and fumbling, but not too many people have punched Anderson Silva in the face as many times as you have. Going through your head in that 2010 fight, did you think he was going to get knocked out in the first round?
No, I did not, but I did think in the third round they should have stopped it. The final numbers of that fight was 311 punches from me, 11 punches from him, and there has never been a fight in history that lopsided that a referee did not stop. And I mean, and that's me complaining. Yes, I'm complaining about it, but no, I didn't think I'd knock him out. But the referee should have stopped that fight. That's 311 to 11. That's ridiculous.
Did you ever have a moment over the course of your career where you were in the octagon? I mean, like an example you just gave, but where you were like, either I'm in danger, like in big danger, and this fight needs to be stopped. Or in the case of like a Silva, like you're in this fight and you're brutalizing a guy. Do you ever have that moment where you look at the ref like, are you seeing the same thing I am? Like, this needs to end.
One time ever I did that where I actually was on top of the guy punching and looked to the referee, and his name was Dave. And I even said his name. I said, Dave. And he kind of looked in a little bit, and then it was another 20 punches. And the general rule used to be if you hit a guy 3 times and he doesn't hit you back, it's eligible for stoppage. And 5 or 6 punches, it will get stopped. I hit this guy almost 48 times before they stopped it. And apparently I don't punch very hard. I mean, when the guy got up, he was not very banged up in the referee's defense, but I still felt as though the rule should have been activated.
Yeah, I would say so.
I mean, but the average guy isn't going to be taking a punch. We're just curious, like, if you were to punch, let's say Fletch here on the show. I mean, just one time. I mean, could he take the punch?
I also love Joe Montana. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah. Well, Fletch is a rare animal. I mean, that's a very tough guy. If he knew it was coming, he could probably take a punch. He would not enjoy it, but he probably could sustain it. If he didn't know it was coming, first off, that's a scumbag move. I would never do such a thing. But if he did not know it was coming, that'd be pretty difficult.
Okay. All right. So the three of us, I think we're weighing in at different things now. We've been on this diet. We've been losing a ton of weight. Fletch is in the 230s. I'm about to be in the 260s. Travis, where are you down to?
258.
258. All right. So we're in a room. Everybody here is primed and ready to fight. How long would it take you to get through the three of us? Like, would this be over in a minute? Would this take you a little time? How would you go about attacking the three of us to make sure that you walked out and we didn't?
Okay, now is it one guy onto the next, or is it all three at once? Either way, the answer is the same. It's going to be less than a minute, but I'm just curious. Because, Fletch is the smaller guy, going 230. He's probably a little bit more spry. I'm going to kick him right in the nuts. And the other two of you, I'm very dirty. I'm very, I'm do eye stuff. I'll bite you. Now, if you would have said the octagon, it'd still be a minute. I just would have been nicer about it. But
wait. What if you have Rich right in front though, and then I jump on your back, like Spider Monkey style?
Sounds like a mistake.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. Then it would be Rich that gets kicked in the nut. You would get a reverse headbutt, and Fletch would have an opportunity to think twice.
Yeah,
dude, I would run. I would bounce so
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah, but if there's one thing we've learned about Fletch, when he's a super confident guy, and then as soon as he's challenged a little bit, he was like, "That's it, I'm out.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I
love Joe Montana."
Yeah.
That's all of us, though. That's all. We're all like that a little bit, right? Come on.
No, dude. I look here. I'll admit one thing to you because you've been so forthcoming. There have been times on the football field where I've been so scared, where the thought enters your mind like, should I just fake an injury? Like, should I just pretend to be hurt? Because I'm actually hurting the team by being out here.
Coach, my spleen just erupted.
Yeah, I think I need an appendectomy. I think it's time. I think it's one of those things where it's weird to explain, but when you're in physical combat and you feel like you're being jeopardized physically, your brain does some weird stuff to you. It gets you thinking about life a lot differently when you get all the way up to that edge. You know what? Instead of just talking about the fight game, I want to hear about the preparation. Like, a lot of people don't understand. They see, obviously the lights are on, the cage is lit, these fighters are about to go down, but this is months in the making. You're talking about these long 2.5, 3 month camps where you're sucking weight towards the end and you're malnourished towards the end. Like, what is it like getting prepared for a fight? Not the fight, but the preparation for the fight.
Hey, I do know what you're talking about. Faking an injury, and we have a lot of that in MMA. We have a lot of guys who have actually called in and not shown up. I was in the back one time with this dude that was petrified, and we were in Chicago, and he wanted to pull the fire alarm, and he was telling me, so what would happen if I pulled the fire alarm? He said, they would clear out this whole building, right? We'd never get back in. And I said, maybe. I said, the move is a bomb threat, though. You got to call it a bomb threat. Now, I thought we were joking around. I thought this was a couple of guys joking around, and he got on the phone with his friend in a different state and was trying to get the address of the building off the internet to have the friend call in the bomb threat. So I do know what you mean about trying to get out of there. And as far as the preparation, man, it is so difficult. It really is. I used to wake up depressed every day, just knowing what I had to do, what the coach was going to make me do. It was 2 to 3 practices a day. And then to a point you brought up earlier, that's when you're pulling weight. When you're in a calorie deficit and you're training to that extent, it's a very difficult thing. And that's when people talk about a window in sports. Within our sport, most guys don't retire because they got old and slowed down. Most guys retire because they don't want to do the training anymore.
Yeah. Actually, it's very similar in football too. Like, I remember feeling athletically like I could still go on. I had a bunch of injuries under my belt by that point in my career, but it really, the determining factor was the work. Like, just thinking about getting ready for another season, doing it all over again, starting from scratch. That feeling of like, okay, now I've scraped bottom again. We're into the off season. I got to build myself all the way back up. it is one of the hardest things to do. All right, look, we're not talking to Chael Sonnen for his health. We're talking to him because coming up, we have a pair of tickets to go see the 4 world champion fights headlining Bellator's MMA's historic 300th card tomorrow night at Pechanga Arena in San Diego. Tickets available at AXS.com. And you're going to be analyzing this fight and giving your commentary, Chael. Ben, what do you got?
Usman, can you give us a quick preview of his fight? Because the dude's a beast, and I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, the guy's absolutely fantastic. He's undefeated. He's the world champion. One thing he is not is the Grand Prix champion. So he's in the semifinals. That's his great motivation to do something he has not yet done. And there's not much in the sport he hasn't accomplished. But he's taken on a former world champion named Brett Primus. And I believe that you guys would have heard of a guy named Michael Chandler. Brett Primus, to win the world title at Madison Square Garden, not only beat Michael Chandler, he stopped him in the very first round. Brett Primus is not an easy day for anybody. The semifinals is not an easy round in any sport. Usman's awesome, but he's going to have to burn some calories here.
Yeah, no question about it. Hey, this was an absolute pleasure. Thanks for doing it. We appreciate your time. Looking forward to the fights tomorrow.
I've had it with all 3 of you. Goodbye.
Chael Sonnen, again, 6-time title contender over the course of his career, 3 times in the UFC, brought some of the champs that you know and talk about to their knees. And he will be on the analysis for this fight.
311-11 in that Anderson Silva fight.
Yeah, dude.
Chael punched Anderson Silva 311 times.
It's
insane.
What's so crazy about this sport, what I love about mixed martial arts, is the fact that you can win a fight. Ostensibly, you've won the fight. Every single analytic points to you have won the fight. But one guillotine choke, one rear naked choke, that's all it takes, and it's over. It can happen in an instant. One single mistake. Also, like you don't even think about it, but sometimes these guys get you in like an ankle pick or a foot lock, and all of a sudden you feel like your arches are going to explode.
Well, and then something I just learned about, I listened to a Sugar Sean interview.
Yeah.
And dead foot is a thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's from being kicked in the calf.
Yeah, where your foot literally stops working. You can't move it up or down. You can't put any weight on it. Like, people thought he broke his foot in that fight, like during COVID it was. But he didn't break his foot. He got dead foot.
I remember the fight. All right, so all of a sudden, low kicks have come into favor in mixed martial arts because of what you're talking about. You have a nerve that runs down the side of your leg that if you contact it with a sharp kick, well, it just destroys your ability to function from the ankle down. And so guys can't get off their plant foot, which is where you have power when you're striking or obviously kicking. Your plant leg, it disappears because a lot of guys, like, so the front leg, it's guarding. You have to check kicks as they come in. And obviously it's the leg you're going to turn off of and generate power and torque from when you're kicking yourself. So it screws you up. Well, anyway, speaking of all this kicking and foot locks, how about let's talk about the Good Feet store. They've got plenty of locations around San Diego. We went to the Mission Valley location, which was awesome. The 3 staff members that helped us out, we all went in for the same time, same appointment, and we all had the same experience. We walked out of there feeling better. The Good Feet store, they fix your arches. They throw a little arch support in whatever footwear you use. Whether you're on your feet as a professional, walking around a lot, you're a golfer, you're going to theme parks with the kids. It has changed my life, melted away a lot of the back pain I was feeling after the NFL career. So I suggest you run out and go to the Good Feet store today. 200 plus locations around the U.S. and overseas. Goodfeet.com to book your appointment today. And coming up in just a few minutes, we got Paul Vierzy, comedian. He'll be at American Comedy Co. That is coming up this weekend. We'll chat with him next.
We got Paul Verzi in studio with us. Going to have some laughs. Also, Jared Smith, our betting analyst, comes up next.
This update is presented by Mercedes-Benz. Starting off with the NFL, Bears shocked the Commanders last night, winning 40-20 in D.C. 72% of public money was bet on the Commanders to cover the 6-point spread. Vegas had a good night last night. Justin Fields, DJ Moore, they combined for 230 yards and 3 touchdowns on the night. Also, first Bears win in 347 days. Sticking with the Bears, the NFL lost a legend yesterday, Dick Butkus, passing away at the age of 80. Coming up this weekend right here on San Diego Sports 760 Saturday, we get Alabama at Texas A&M beginning at 3. Then on Sunday, NFL triple header. First up, Saints, Patriots, 9:30, Eagles, Rams at 1:05, Cowboys at 49ers. Primetime game right here on San Diego Sports 760. Coverage begins at 4:45. What makes a Mercedes-Benz EV different? Electric is what gets you there, but Mercedes is what moves you like no other automaker can. The vehicles are all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. The choice is all yours. Learn more at mbusa.com/EQ.
Fletch over here in charge of the music today. Well, Dirks Bentley is the theme on a Bar Cart Friday, brought to you by Keg and Bottle. 10 locations all throughout San Diego County. And man, oh man, we got a packed show because sitting right over here to my right, Paul Verzi, comedian. Hang on. There we go. Mic's up. Yeah, boom. You don't hear. Let me turn this. There we go. Can you hear anything?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, good. Yeah, so sitting over here, we're gonna be chatting with you a little more here coming up next segment because Jared Smith, our betting analyst, is coming in. But as soon as you walked in, we asked, man, are you a betting man on the NFL?
Oh, dude, I do a podcast every week where I pick 4 games against the spread for. Can I mention?
Anything.
Okay. So for BetMGM.
Yeah.
And we bet 4 games against the spread, and I beat the book the last 2 years. So right now I'm a little under 500, but I'm late. I come late. It's like I'll get there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got to figure out like the Bears won yesterday. Give me, you know what I mean?
By the way,
that wasn't supposed to happen.
78% of the public, something crazy like that, was on the side of the
72.
Commanders. Was it 72? Yeah, it was decidedly leaning publicly toward the Commanders. Well, we'll welcome in Jared Smith to this conversation, our Fox Sports Radio betting analyst. our betting analyst here on Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. He joins us every single Friday, 7:30 a.m. to get you set for your NFL betting weekend. And so how about it, Jared? Were you one of the unfortunate souls who took the Commanders, or did you like the Bears and taking the points last night?
I was on the under last night, so on that first drive, I knew I was in trouble when Justin Fields just sliced and diced his way down the field in I think 3 or 4 plays. But listen, those results happen, especially on Thursday night. And I think I don't want to call this the Dick Butkus game. Rest in peace, one of my favorite athletes of all time. But it's funny how things like this happen. Like it's just, the Bears played their most inspired game of the season last night. They came out and really, Justin Fields has looked like that before at times. It's just inconsistent. The big surprise last night was how well the Bears defense played against the Commanders offense. They shut down the run. They sacked Sam Howell. They harassed him all night. And that was a Bears defense that actually, frankly, looked maybe like the best unit on the field last night. It was really impressive what they were able to do against Washington.
Yeah, it was. And Jared, there's a couple games this weekend with some big spreads. One of them, Dolphins Giants, are 12 points enough for me to take the Giants?
I mean, guys,
I know. No, frankly. So from what I heard, 14 is kind of the number that you'll see some people who know more than me and have more money than me will get involved in this game on the Giants side. So as long as it's beneath that key total or that key number of 14, I think you're going to still see money come in on Miami. And I think if you trust the pendulum nature of the NFL, I think Miami's due for a good week. This is a get-right spot for them after running into a Buffalo freight train last week. And I think the Bills are I think this Miami team is still a step behind Buffalo in terms of their ability to win a tough game. But this shouldn't be a tough game. So I think Miami should roll here.
Jared, I see the trap, and I'm already falling for it. Bills plus 5.5 on the road in Jacksonville. Again, judging by last week, you would smash the Bills on this one, but the pendulous nature of the NFL, like you just said, might say money should go otherwise. Where's your money going?
It could be. I think this is a game where Jacksonville's offense might take another step. I thought they took a baby step against Atlanta. And I think we've seen some flashes from them this year, but I think, to be fair, it's been a pretty below expectation year for Jacksonville's offense. I think that's the unit I'd like to see more from. Their defense did what their defense should have done last week, which was shut down Desmond Ridder. They get a week to hang out in London, and Buffalo has to travel, and that is always an interesting little, twist to throw into the weekly handicap. But I think Buffalo's a professional team. I think they'll handle that pretty well. I think this game might see some points. You get Tre'Davious White now out for Buffalo, another tough injury for him. And I think this Jacksonville offense might percolate just a little bit. So high 40s, I could see this game getting into the 50s. Someone's scoring 30 in this game, that's for sure.
Jared Smith joining us. Countdown to kickoff is where you're going to hear him tomorrow morning, 6 to 9 a.m. on the West Coast alongside myself and Brian No. We will get you set for your college football betting weekend. He's helping us out with his NFL slate of games here this weekend. We have Paul Vierzy in studio who bets against the spread all season long, has beat the books for 2 straight years. Going to be at American Comedy Co. this weekend. Now, do you put some actual scratch on the games, or are you just doing it for fun on the podcast?
It's both.
Okay,
it's
yeah,
both.
yeah, right on.
Like there's games, but I agree with what he just said, because it is like there's like what made me start to win over the last couple of years was patterns.
Yeah.
And as much as I hate it, because I'm a Giants guy, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I'm a Giant. I'm sorry. So
it hurts. Yeah, they've broken a pattern this season.
And like Miami is doing what I call, it's a homecoming theory. I have a homecoming theory, and the homecoming theory is when a good team loses on the road, or a good team just loses the week before. Look, it's a tough week of practice.
Yep.
Everybody in the building's pissed.
Yep.
You going against the worst. I mean, the offensive line of the Giants. What I saw last week. I mean, these people talk about Daniel Jones. It's like the kid had 2 seconds. I mean, I never seen anything. I've never seen who's doing good in that situation where they're in the backfield sacking him before he could do anything.
I wrote the tweet. It's probably 10 down from the top of my feed. Daniel Jones couldn't do the job because he wasn't given time to do the job. Like you cannot evaluate that film and say, oh yeah, Danny Dimes is the reason the Giants lost. Did he throw 2 picks? Yeah. What, did he fumble the football? Yeah, but he was under siege the entire game. I completely agree with you. Now, Jared, trends, because Paul brings up a good point about theories and trends. We're at that point in the season where it's week 5. We should start to know who these teams are. Is there a team or teams that are following a trend that you're falling in love with right now?
It's a good question. I think overall how I feel about trends is a little bit up and down. I don't love looking at trends exclusively. I think what trends do is if I'm looking at a game and then I see something that's intriguing to me, I might, double down on that particular trend. Let's pull up my old trend. I do have I have like a screen that I keep track of certain trends throughout the course of the season, and sometimes they flash on my screen. I actually haven't checked it this morning.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Jared is one of these guys. He's a meticulous note taker. So he literally writes down, I'm pretty sure he probably wrote down what he had for breakfast already today. Like he writes down everything. So his recall's insane. I'm curious what you have in the old memory bank here, buddy.
Well, so the one trend that I do keep track of is a fade public trend. And it's actually flashing on the Giants this week. So be careful if you're just blind betting the Dolphins this week based off of, the Giants suck. They lost all their, quarterback is getting sacked and this and that, because that trend is flashing. So, I think that's actually a good overall. Laying double digits in the NFL is a very difficult thing to do. It's not something that I really take a whole lot of stock in. And then you might hear, actually, this is a good one too, because you might hear a little bit about this. So a lot of people like betting Mike Vrabel as an underdog is always a big trend. Well, he's a favorite this week, so you'll hear the other side. Oh, Mike Vrabel is a favorite this week. Don't bet him. But when I dug into that trend a little bit deeper, when Vrabel's a favorite of a field goal or less, it's fine. It's when he's a big favorite is when that trend is really negative. So again, you see a lot of trends posted on social media because there's a lot of gambling content out there these days. A lot of those trends are just trends just for clickbait. The context of them, if you dig a little bit deeper and add layers, aren't always there. So I guess the advice for trends is don't always take them at face value.
Is there a trend when Brian Dable's neck is sweating before the second? When Brian Dable's neck is sweating before the second quarter, is that a trend?
I'll look into that one.
Yeah. He has the tannest bald head I've ever seen, by the way, of any human being.
I knew when I saw the look on his face with like 8 minutes left in the first, and I saw the back of his, fat neck and sweat, and I was just like, "Oh, we're done." It's all. When he was looking up,
time I saw him visibly upset on the side. Like he's usually a pretty calm and collected guy on the sideline.
Yes,
that was the first time I saw him visibly upset with Daniel Jones.
He was neither calm nor collected. Hey, real quick, we got 30 seconds, Jared. Do you have a pick of the week you want to pass along to the listeners?
Yeah, I think the Steelers is probably my contrarian dog of the week. Everyone's hopping off their bandwagon. Everyone loved what the Ravens did last week, but they had a really easy time of it against the Cleveland team where their quarterback basically just quit before the game. I think Pittsburgh will push back very hard this week. This is a coach and an organization that usually doesn't take to being embarrassed very well, and they were embarrassed by the Texans last week. So I think you're going to see a bounce back from the Steelers this week.
Sounds good. Jared, thank you so much for your time. We'll do it again in a week, brother.
Yes, sir. See you tomorrow, bud.
There you go. Steelers, you get them plus 4.5 on most books, +4 a lot of places too. All right, there goes Jared Smith, betting analyst. Paul Vierzy in studio with us. He's going to be at American Comedy Company tonight all weekend long. We'll chat with him coming up next. Coming up, we got Paul Vierzy in studio, American Comedy Company this weekend. We'll chat with him next. What a fun day, man. We've had some awesome guests. Earlier, we chatted with Chael Sonnen. Obviously, going to be out there at the fights this weekend at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. Bellator's 300th card. That's going to be a fun watch this weekend. And we still have a pair of tickets on the line for that. So we're going to be giving those away a little bit later on. But also, you should head to AmericanComedyCo.com and pick up a pair of tickets to see Paul Vierzy, who joins us on the radio show this morning. Paul, thank you for jumping in, by the way, talking to our other guest, Jared Smith, our betting analyst. That was fun.
Oh, dude, anytime like NFL sports or betting comes in, I'm in, man.
Okay, good. Well, we'll call you.
Yeah. Just be here every Friday.
Yeah,
So,
we suck at betting. I think our combined record is like 0 for. We've had an awful year.
Okay.
But yeah, it sounds like you've got this damn thing figured out, which is good.
Well, you know what? There's like a couple teams. Like I'm so sick over my Giants. So the nice thing is I'm able to. I mean, no. When I tell you, like I can't even believe what I saw. Like
Yeah.
I was like, it was almost like when you don't even get mad when your team's when you just see nobody. But I couldn't even get mad. I was just like, what? I'm going to bet. Like I couldn't even believe. And then you get the dumb. See, there's like half the fans are really stupid, man.
Well,
And I know. Wait, listen, you played, so I know you know that.
Listen, there are some fans out there now. Yeah.
But it's funny how it's like it's not Daniel Jones when he's like immaculate in the playoffs last year against the Vikings, which were 13-4 in Minnesota. He plays immaculately, and everyone's like, "Oh, give him the money." Or what he did in the second half against Arizona when he had a little protection. He put up a half nobody's put up in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then now he's running for his life. His blind side's there, so he's getting hit from behind. And everyone's going, this is the biggest buzz. It's like it's like people are you nuts?
First of all, people are nuts. Yes, the answer is yes. You know this as well. You've been on stage in front of these maniacs as well. I mean, it's tough though. But at the same time, as a performer, like you're feeding the geese. Like the people who show up for your shows are the people who came to my games. Like I understood the anger, or like, they're paying good money to come out there and see wins. Wins make you feel good. Wins cure everything in the NFL too. After a 2-game, 3-game losing streak, you got to win. It's like everybody has a jolt of life in them. So fans and players agree on that. Evan Neal, did you see his comments?
I did.
The hamburger flippers and hot dog flippers. He's like, why would a lion concern himself with the opinions of sheep? I mean, did that one really cut you to the core? Or did you understand where he was coming from?
I kind of liked it when he said it, just because. But then I realized he shouldn't. Like when he first said it, I'm like, these people are like throwing up and so maybe they're not flipping, but like if you're throwing up, screaming from the upper deck, punching people in the face, pushing children to get you know what I mean? Like you kind of are an animal. So I think half the people in the stands are animals. Can we be honest? I mean, these people are not. Yeah. I mean, I remember one time back in the day, I was at, even though I'm a Giants fan, I was at, somebody gave me tickets and they were like, would you please go with my family member? We'd love to take you to, it was Patriots Jets. Okay. At the MetLife. And we went and we bundled up, and there was a guy at the highest level. We were at the highest point.
What year was this?
This was, like, I would say like, 13, 12.
Okay. Yeah.
14. And this guy we were at the highest point of the stadium. I was doing my wife's family a favor, by the way. It's like, yeah, thanks for the tickets. It's like, I could have been sitting on the lights. First, it's 11 degrees. It's 11 degrees. She goes, would you go with my cousin? He's in town. Yeah, I'd go with him. Can we sit somewhere else? It was the worst seat you could have. But I just remember there was a dude face down on a concrete ledge at the highest point of MetLife.
Yeah.
And his body would jolt face down. And every time his body would jolt, vomit would come out of his head. So Evan Neal is not that wrong. So Evan Neal, like, listen, you shouldn't say that about the fans that pay, but let's not act like everybody in there is a surgeon.
Right. Yeah, you're gonna have guys who are laying in a puddle of their own human effluence, as well as also like maybe the proletarians of the crowd as well. Paul Vierzy joining us this morning. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. He's going to be at American Comedy Co. this weekend. Get tickets for tonight. Then bring somebody else. Get tickets for tomorrow night. He's going to be there.
Yeah, it's two each night, and I'm looking forward to it. This was I was telling Travis, this is one of the this is the first place I did after the Netflix special came out. So the Netflix special came out last summer.
Yeah.
And this was the first club that I did, and I wanted to give a new hour. And it was, I remember loving the room and loving being
Great
out
room.
here. So yeah. And San Diego, man, I'll be honest. It was like, it's the weather. Like, I know it sounds corny when people say the weather, but like I got out of the hotel and I just was like, this is
It's paradise.
Yeah.
It's paradise.
Yeah, it's like compared to LA, I was just like, and LA's not even that far, but it's just better. It's weird. And LA weather's incredible.
Everything's better. Everything's better here. Except maybe the baseball team, but it's fine.
Okay.
Well, also,
fine.
I mean, you
there's
pay
that.
like New York prices and get New York weather. We play New York prices and get San Diego weather.
Yeah.
What's going on?
That's true.
I mean,
Oh,
is this?
yeah.
Are you guys
yeah.
nuts?
Okay.
You guys are drinking now?
Okay.
Yeah,
So
we're drinking.
this is Tony Kanja. He owns Keg and Bottle.
Mhm.
It's a liquor, beer, wine distributor around San Diego.
Yeah.
He brings
Everything
in,
is better in San Diego.
He brings
The
in
weather, these guys drinking.
he brings in a different brand of wine, beer, liquor. I mean, we've tried it all, and today it's Caveman Vodka, and we're gonna have cocktails. So if you got time this morning, you want a couple of cocktails, I know you got some other stops to make. Come on back in. Open door policy, buddy.
Absolutely.
Dude, that could get ugly. I'll be hammered at the beach by myself at 2:00.
That's you won't
Don't
be by
knock it till you
yourself.
try it.
Yeah. Listen, it's Bar Card Friday, and we do our best to make it ugly.
Yeah.
By 9:00.
Yeah. Why
so,
not?
Right.
Do some damage. Do some damage.
But man, we're happy to have you here. Looking forward to going out to ACC. I love going out there. So.
Come out, man. This is my favorite hour I've ever done. This is the best I've ever been. Like a lot of people were like, "Oh, the Netflix thing was good. I love the Netflix special, but this is better." So I'm excited to bring
That's
this
awesome.
bring this out here. And if you get offended, don't come. I'm gonna tell you right now. No, I'm being dead serious. If you're offended, just don't come tonight.
I appreciate that, because I think the stage is one of the safest spaces left in society where
100%.
you can jump up there, speak your mind, and by the way, not take yourself so seriously. I feel like that's the problem with social media these days. Like everybody thinks that they're talking like they're running for a candidacy somewhere.
I said something about, it was the Taylor Swift Travis Kelce thing. I just said something like, she needs to cool it in front of the kid's mother. She's like screaming the F word. It's like, Kelly, you didn't even get in the family yet. You're screaming F word. Like you didn't even get to Thanksgiving and you're screaming F in the mother's ear So I go cool it, and they were like, people were like, Paul, watch out.
Yeah.
The Swifties are going to come. And I'm going, I like her. I'll be honest with you. I want to take my daughter to the concert for me. I like her music.
Yeah.
And my daughter, just to see the excitement on my daughter. But like you say one thing, and these people were like, there was like a cult, like an army going,
Yeah. It's over with. It's over with. Man, I know you're probably looking at all of us going, wow, these three guys really, really trim.
Yeah.
That's because we've been doing SDFatLoss.com. You've been hearing us talk about it all week long. We've been doing literally the best weight loss plan I've ever done in my life. SDFatLoss.com. It's been incredible. I've done the fads. I've tried to drop pounds on my own. I've tried to just, eat healthier. No one giving me any accountability for anything. And I just completely failed. I've tried to drink shakes. I've tried to count calories. I've done it all. And I've gained weight back every single time. With SDFatLoss.com, I'm dropping pounds. I'm dropping them quick after only a few weeks on this program. I've lost over 23 pounds. Yeah, I know. It's incredible. Fletch, what are you at? Like
237. I started at 263. So what's that?
Whatever that math
don't know.
is. Yeah,
That's
that's
27
27 pounds.
49.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
way
And
off.
Rich, you're what, over 30?
32.
Good
Down 32
Lord,
pounds,
man. Look
yeah.
at us. Look at us. So look, if you're struggling to lose weight, I know how you're feeling. Before I started SDFatLoss.com, I was bummed out, man. I felt terrible. I weighed 280 pounds. I was tired. I couldn't move. Everything hurt. Currently 257. What a difference, man. Feeling completely refreshed. My wife tells me how much more energy I have. I'm sleeping better. I just feel better. And it feels great knowing I'm doing something for my family here by taking care of myself. So you do the same. Go to SDFatLoss.com. Schedule your free consultation today. Start your weight loss journey right now. We'll do it all together. It's way more fun. SDFatLoss.com. It's SDFatLoss.com.
All right, go see Paul Vierzy, American Comedy Code this weekend. Tomorrow night, 2 shows apiece. AmericanComedyCode.com for tickets there. And a Bar Cart Friday brought to you by Keg and Bottle. Coming up next.
We're number 3, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. This update presented by Mercedes-Benz. Boys, Bar Car Friday starts right now. Yeah, I like that. In the NFL, the Bears shocked the Commanders last night, winning 40-20 in Vegas. Sticking in the NFL this weekend, stay locked into San Diego Sports 760. We got an NFL triple header for you on Sunday. First up, Saints Patriots at 9:30, Eagles Rams at 105, Cowboys Niners primetime game, baby, 4:45. All of that going to be heard right here on San Diego Sports 760. In baseball, the divisional series will kick off tomorrow around the MLB postseason. First game, Rangers taking on the Orioles tomorrow morning. The boundlessly capable all-electric EQS SUV from Mercedes-Benz with available transparent hood technology, so advanced it can see through sheet metal. The vehicle's all-electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. Learn more at mbusa.com/EQE SUV.
Thank God it's Friday! It's been a long week and the fellas are thirsty. It's time to cruise into the weekend. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch present Bar Card Friday. Brought to you by Keg and Bottle.
It is at long last. The wait is over. It's a Bar Car Friday brought to you by Keg and Bottle. 10 locations around San Diego. 1 up in Santa Barbara, 1 in Chicago. Tony Conja is spreading nationwide, and right now he's spreading joy as he's helping Steve, our new friend from Caveman Vodka, get his set all set up. We've got multiple bottles of vodka. I see celery stalks. I see bloodies. I see orange juice. I see mixers.
So
I see glasses. Everywhere I look, my attention is attracted. But I'll start with you, who, I mean, standing in front of us, this is a guy who's in pretty damn good shape, Ben, wouldn't you say?
He's a handsome fella.
Handsome fella.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
I mean, I'm going to say he's clocking in about 6 feet tall, ladies, and this guy's got some pecs.
185? 195? 185?
Pretty good. 194.
194.
Wow. What did you do? Did you pick him up before you?
I'm a big hugger, and I lifted him off his feet.
He's a Niners fan. We had a Dirty Dancing moment in the parking lot.
Absolutely.
Wow. Oh, Ben, could you do me a favor?
Yes.
We have a couple of guests who are waiting in the parking lot right now. You know who I'm talking about? We have some people who are going to be observing the show this morning, a couple of future broadcasters. It's going to be a lot of fun. They're not going to be on the show with us. They're just going to be watching the show today. But we like to help out the youth.
Oh, okay. Right.
So,
Good.
And by the way, they will not be partaking in vodka drinking this morning because I told them they're not going to be doing that
because they're Utes.
They're Utes.
They're
Your
Utes.
Honor.
So, yeah, Tony Conja, Keg and Bottle, just passed us the Caveman vodka bottles. And, sometimes you hold on to these things and you go, wow, this one feels high end.
Yeah.
I mean, this one feels nice.
Yeah.
It's a good looking bottle, man.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Was there a design process on this, or was it just, I just need a bottle?
Well, you nailed it. I wanted to have a high-end look to it, and had tons of bottles sent to me, and that one kind of fit, kind of a high-end look. And the purple, we'll get into that, represents what the vodka is made out of.
Yeah, which actually we discussed it a little bit before the show, and we have a sample in front of us right now. We got a little bit of the clear stuff, some Caveman vodka, and as I swirl it, it does smell different than most vodkas. And you explained that most vodkas are based in grains. They're distilled from grains. This has a very different story.
Yeah, absolutely. This, if you don't mind, kind of tell the origin story.
Oh, no. You have the floor.
Yeah, absolutely. So what happened is how this whole story started was my brother came down with prostate cancer. And he's fine. He has surgery and everything turned out awesome. In fact, shout out to my brother Craig. He just moved to Nashville, Tennessee.
Nice.
A couple of weeks ago from Southern California. But during that process, he came out completely out of shape. I was completely out of shape. And we're super competitive. And we made a brother's bet on who can lose the most body fat in 3 months.
Oh, this is awesome.
And the loser had to paint their toenails pink for the summertime. All right? True story. And so it was on. He was so cocky, he spotted me 1%. And so we started it, and I tried to, eat right, do all the things you think you would do to lose weight. And a couple weeks into our contest, I was working with a colleague of mine, and I told him about my brother's bet. And he said, hey, have you ever tried the paleo diet? I'm like, paleo diet. What the heck is paleo?
Mm-hmm.
And so he explained it to me. It's called the caveman diet.
Yeah.
It's what our caveman ancestors ate, the hunter and gatherer crowd.
Right.
And so I said, I'm just going to copy you for the week. And I copied him for the week, and I lost 5 pounds just copying what he ate.
Wow.
And so I thought, okay, this must be something to this. So I bought this book called The Paleo Diet Guide for Athletes. And I read it. It totally made sense to me. I adopted the lifestyle, and I lost 30 pounds.
So it's like meat, it's berries, it's fruit, it's nuts, it's some vegetables. It's really kind of just going back to eating more naturally grown from the earth stuff instead of processed foods. Yeah.
Absolutely. So for our dinner, instead of the meat and the potatoes and the basket of bread and vegetables, it'd be the meat, double vegetables, no bread, salad.
Right.
It's very basic, easy fixes on your diet.
Yeah.
But it's stays away from grains, processed foods, and sugars.
Mhm.
And so that's how that whole journey started. But I still like to drink.
Yeah.
And when I started paying attention to ingredients, I know that, like you mentioned earlier, that most vodkas are distilled from grain, like corn, wheat, or barley.
Yeah.
And so I selfishly wanted to make something out of a paleo ingredient. So this is made 100% from California wine grapes.
Oh,
For the Monterey
sweet.
Wine
Yeah,
Count.
yeah.
So-
So the purple and silver makes sense now on the
Absolutely.
label. Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
wait, we
it's-
can drink this without getting in trouble. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is just grape juice.
It's just grape juice.
All right. I mean, it does have a different nose on, a little softer on the
yeah,
nose.
sweeter.
Yeah.
It's dude, this smells great. All right,
Okay, take a little
let's
step.
let's give it a. Oh, dude,
Oh man.
that's special.
Oh man.
That's different, and that's special, and that's crisp.
And usually with vodka, it's not that smooth, is it?
No.
No.
Usually vodka, it's not like I want to just pour a little glass and sip.
Right.
Yeah, this is a sipper.
It is, absolutely. And what's also important about this is a lot of people don't realize that vodka is 60% water. So
Oh.
it really matters what water you blend it with. And so we blend this with Sierra Alpine water
Yeah,
from the Lake Tahoe area. So it gives a nice, smooth kind of a minerality to it. It's very, very smooth water. It's very good, and it blends well with the grape base.
what's crazy about that is I just read it from somewhere. I don't know. I mean, you trust everything on the internet like I do. Then everything you read is 100% fact. But I read somewhere that Lake Tahoe is one of the cleanest resources for fresh water. And I don't know how or why, but from the mountains, the filtration that it gets, it has the lowest percentage of like bacteria per micrometer or whatever it is, microliter.
As long as you're not right behind a boat, you can drink out of that lake.
Yeah,
I've done it.
that's what the guy said. Like he's like dipping a coffee mug in the lake and he's sipping on it. So if you're sourcing your water from there, you're doing it the right way. This is absolutely delicious.
It's spectacular.
Hell of a nose.
Spectacular in every manner. We do have a pair of tickets we need to give away here to go see 4 world championship fights headline the Bellator MMA's historic 300th card. It's happening tomorrow at Pechanga Arena in San Diego. So we need a caller on the line to
I
play
like
some
this a
tailgate
lot.
trivia.
Yeah.
844-570-1360. Call now so we can get you on the horn here.
It's good stuff,
Give
Steve.
away some tickets.
Thank you,
This is
sir.
good stuff, man. Good
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
You're a Niners fan, we hear.
I am a Niners fan. I was born and raised up in Northern California. And I'll go back in the Montana days.
Yeah.
I'll date myself that way.
But I feel like Fletch was born about a year after Montana left the league.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
like we're talking like Chiefs Montana.
Yes,
like when he was
exactly.
retiring.
Yeah, the wrong red.
What do you think of Brock Purdy so far?
Oh man, this is going to be an exciting season. I think we have Super Bowl in our future. Don't you?
Wow.
Don't you
Wow.
agree with that?
First Super Bowl of my lifetime for the 49ers.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
Listen to these two guys. We'll get you a room. You know, Steve, Ben, I mean, it's intolerable how much we hear from Ben. However,
Intolerable.
we do. Well, I mean,
They're like the best team in the NFL right now. Why?
we have a special giveaway. And so we're going to do something very special. And Steve, if you're game,
All
what
right.
we're going to do is we're going to pit you against Ben.
Let's do it, man.
So Larry,
Let's do it.
Larry is going to play in a little game we call Tailgate Trivia.
It's Friday, And if you ain't grilling, you ain't living. Let's do a little Friday tailgate trivia with Big Rich, TD, and Fletch.
It is the game show that is sweeping all of the world. I mean, we've heard from people in Shenzhen, China.
Yes, yes, we have.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
insane. I mean, through the free iHeartRadio app, we are borderless. And Larry joins us on the show today to play tailgate trivia. Larry, you have your choice between Ben Fletcher and Steve, our friend from Caveman Vodka. Now, I would heavily suggest you lean towards pairing with Steve here, Larry, but it is completely up to you because we are about to challenge these two in some Niners trivia. You don't have to do a thing, Larry. You just have to pick who you want to play alongside. So,
and I'm going to tell you right now, Larry, I mean, Steve, very confident and older. I mean, he knows more. I would say deep trivia. He lived through it.
He's got experience. He's paleo. He's handsome. He's got great tan.
Yeah, he has the largest watch I've ever seen.
That thing is 7 pounds.
Can that go 30 meters deep?
Yeah, it better.
35.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. He knows. And I measure in metric. All right, Larry, who do you want to play with? Steve or Ben?
I'm going to go with the sports guys. I'm going to go with Ben.
Oh,
mistake.
Wow. Big
Wow.
mistake.
Wow. So we need one more caller then, who's gonna get Steve here as his horse.
All right. So we'll welcome our next caller on the line. Ben, if you could just pot up our next caller and we're pressing buttons.
We're good.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right, we got him.
Who are we speaking with? You're going to play against Larry.
Hey, this is Jeremy.
What's up, Jeremy?
Our buddy ran into him at SeaWorld. Okay, so Jeremy, you know the rules of the game. We're going to pit you against Larry. It is Ben against Steve, and your partner in this one is Steve. Are you ready to play, Jeremy?
Woo!
Let's go, Jeremy.
Here we go. All right, do we start with Ben?
I think we better.
Okay.
I think we actually no. Start with Steve.
Okay,
Let's
start with Steve.
Start with Steve. Yeah. Why
All
not?
right, Steve. What is the current 49ers quarterback name? Is it A, Brock Purdy, or B, Taylor Swift?
That would be Brock Purdy.
Okay.
Okay,
All
well,
right, ding, ding,
one
ding.
on the board for Jeremy
All
and
right.
Team Steve. Wow. Okay.
Right off the get-go.
Good.
Okay.
Guys
well,
are
no.
couple of riches.
No,
That's
no,
what you
no,
want.
no,
Look on
no,
Ben's face.
no.
That was a hard one.
We're
Yeah.
not doing
Taylor's been on the TV a lot.
Yeah, a lot. Very popular.
And honestly, she wore red at the Chiefs game, so that could be confusing for a lot of Niners
Very
fans.
true.
Okay.
I was confused. I didn't know what game I was watching.
Travis was telling me, he was like, "Is this the Niners game?" I said, "No, it is not. It's Chiefs Jets." Okay,
I'm
moving
going to
on.
need a lot more Caveman vodka because I already know what you guys are doing.
Well, this question's for Ben and Team Larry. Who did they call the Fudge Hammer? Was it A, Frank Nunley, or B, Frank Nimble?
B.
That is
That's
incorrect.
incorrect. That's incorrect.
What era is that?
Unfortunate.
Is that 70s?
Are you not a Niners fan? You don't know who the Fudge Hammer
Everybody
is?
knows the Fudge Hammer. Moving right along to round two. Travis, if you could please ask our friend Steve,
Absolutely.
Team Jeremy, a question here.
Yes.
This is rigged.
No, it's
Larry,
not.
I'm sorry.
No,
completely
Steve.
fair.
Steve.
No, this one's for Steve.
In what city do the 49ers play? Is it A, I know this is a broad scope, San Francisco, or B, Pahrump?
Well, San Francisco, but actually Santa Clara.
Okay.
Wow, dude.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
this
what
guy
Levi
is a
stated.
Niners fan.
Now that's what a
That's
Niners fan
correct
sounds
right
like,
there.
unlike
Yeah.
some people in this room.
Whew.
Okay, so right now, Team Jeremy has a commanding lead, a 2-1 or 2-0 lead. We'll see if they can even things up slightly here as we move on to question number 2 for Team Larry and Ben. All right, the first owner of the San Francisco, or I should say, the first owner of the 49ers was A, Tony Mora, B, Tony Morabito.
B.
Wow.
That is correct.
Wow. Wow.
Okay.
All right.
All of a
Nicely
sudden, a
done.
game is
Yeah.
afoot.
A game
Talking
is
about my
afoot.
boy TMB.
Wow.
I know him.
Well,
Okay.
well, do you want to just try here for your third question? Yeah,
sure.
then we'll just give it to you right now, I guess. And if you miss it, then Jeremy wins the
You
tickets with
lose.
Steve.
Yeah. But
yeah.
if you get this right, well,
Well,
then it goes back to Steve, and he's going to
Okay,
have to
come on.
put you
Number
away.
3, let's
Here
go.
it is.
Okay, here we go.
Mhm.
How many interceptions did Deion Sanders return for touchdowns while playing with the 49ers? Is it A, 3, B, 4,
Okay, so I'm
It's
gonna
tough.
I'm gonna say A 3.
Unbelievable.
Wow. Ben,
You got it right.
Okay.
Yeah, because most of his
You are-
career
you
was
are-
not with them.
Wow.
You are giving Larry a fighter's chance, so we move on to
Pressure's
Steve.
on. Pressure's
Yes.
For your final question. And Steve, if you get this right, Jeremy walks away with the Bellator tickets. If you get it wrong, Larry wins. So here it comes.
Oh, boy.
What are the 49ers team colors? Are they A, silver and black, or are they B, Steve, red and gold?
That's a really tough one. I'm going to go with B.
Wow.
Red and gold.
Wow. Jeremy, that's the winner. Unbelievable. Wow. I'll tell you what, the one thing I learned today, and Jeremy, congrats. Hang on the line here. We're going to put you on hold. Get your contact information. We'll get you those Bellator tickets. Larry, I'm sorry. Ben is just not a Niners
shut
fan.
up.
Not
He
really.
really
Not
doesn't
really.
know his stuff.
Sorry about that,
Unbelievable.
Ben.
The
Probably should wear
fudge
your
hammer.
socks.
I mean, the fudge hammer.
Bill Nimble.
God,
Who even is that?
Look, they called you the fudge hammer in high school,
That's a good
Ben.
point.
They called me Puddles, and you know it.
That's a good point. We had your high school basketball coaches on, and they said they had to get the mop out every time he played center at 5'10".
Yeah.
Six
Yeah.
foot.
That's what it said on the resume.
Actually
right,
said
well-
6'4" on
well,
the resume.
Congrats to Jeremy, and congrats to a true Niners fan.
Wow.
Steve Olson, Caveman Vodka.
Steve also.
There we go.
In here on a Bar Card Friday. Wow.
Um,
It was really good.
so we are drinking some of the smoothest vodka that's ever come through the doors here, and I'm not even kidding. You know what? You've convinced me. Whatever they're distilling all these other vodkas with is the wrong way. Grains. I mean, this
Potatoes.
potato. This is. I mean, it dances, man. Like this feels like it feels like it could get me in trouble. To be honest with you, like
Yeah.
this, I could overdo.
Yeah, you really can. This is a true sipping vodka, like
Yeah.
you mentioned earlier. You could really pour this over the rocks, maybe add a little soda water, a twist of lime, but you really don't need a lot of mixer on this. It is just smooth right out of the bottle.
Whew,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, it is. What do we got next here? We did the taster. Where do you want to move to next?
Oh, well, let me give you a choice. Do you want A, Bloody Mary,
Okay.
B, a screwdriver,
Okay.
Ooh.
or C, a Moscow Mule?
Ooh.
Jeez,
Wow,
all right.
wow, wow. Hold on. Okay. In interest of time, I'm going to suggest screwdriver.
Yeah.
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 So we can make a screwdriver quicker than the Bloody Mary.
I love that. Yeah. So we'll do a screwdriver before we break here, and
Yeah.
then maybe we'll work on the bloody in break. So basically, a screwdriver for anybody who's uninformed, it's orange juice and vodka. And to me, this is the one drink that if you have a crummy vodka, you're gonna hate.
It's actually pronounced orange vodka, per Michael Scott.
Is that the recipe? Is it just the Caveman vodka and orange juice here, Steve?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right.
I mean, this
Yeah.
if you
Keep it simple, stupid.
right. I mean, and it's delicious. It's a good tailgate mixer if you have an afternoon kickoff, right?
And it's a great breakfast drink. Right?
Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah.
It's
Actually,
my
it is.
favorite for an early tea time.
dude. Yeah. Yeah. That's a
Oh
good
my
point
gosh.
too. I didn't even think about it on the
We
golf
should have
course.
an early tea time. Steve, do you play golf?
I don't.
Neither do we.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I'm
we
so
go
bad at
golfing.
it.
If you ever golfed with us, you would know it is absolutely atrocious. Before we run here, before we taste these screwdrivers, I want to talk to you about my friends over at Toyota, the San Diego County Toyota dealers, who have awesome deals on great cars, SUVs, and trucks. If you're listening to this show, I've been talking about my Toyota, the 4Runner, bought it 5 years ago. Absolutely the most reliable vehicle I've ever owned. This thing never breaks down. The only thing I've done is change the brakes. I think I've changed the tires once. I put some gas in it. This thing is a machine in the best way possible. My wife doesn't get car sick in it. It's the first car we've driven where that hasn't happened. The kids, they have plenty of room in the back. They have the reclinable and the adjustable back row, or I should say middle seat, because then there's a fold down back row for extra storage, or it's a people mover. You could fold it back up if you have friends and family coming into town, which happens a lot. We live in one of the most beautiful areas of the country. So if you're like me and you're tired of a car that's unreliable, you're not sure if it's going to roll out of the driveway one morning to the next, get to your San Diego County Toyota dealers today. Great lineup of electrified vehicles like the Prius, which I drive weekly up in LA at my mother-in-law's house, but also those SUVs, those trucks, and of course, their full fleet of cars. Toyota.com for more details. Okay, So let's move on from that for a second and get back to what the issue at hand here.
Tony Conja just passing out the
this.
screwdrivers here
In the laser engraved keg and bottle cups.
I was just
Tony?
gonna ask, can we buy keg and bottle tumblers?
You know, we don't have gear for sale, but we probably should do that.
Dude,
Yeah, what the heck?
We got to bring.
I just let you stir it for me. I just held. If anyone was here in studio, I just held my glass out. Stir that, Tony.
I was at your Mira Mesa store. I met Ferris over there.
Nice.
Yeah. I was chatting with him for a little bit yesterday. Yeah, you should sell these at your stores. It'd be awesome. All right. So, Steve, talk us through it. We got a little Caveman Vodka, a little OJ.
Well, yes, this is the breakfast of champions.
Yeah.
It's the perfect paleo breakfast. Got orange juice, smooth Caveman vodka. It's easy, it's quick, and it's good. It's healthy. And cheers.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers.
Here we go. Let's try a screwdriver.
It's perfect.
I mean,
it's perfect.
You don't even taste it.
No, it's just, I mean,
that's how, and I watched you pour the, yeah, I mean, that was a decent pour.
I just found out how much I miss orange juice.
Wow. I mean, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
This, holy smokes. Why is that so different? I don't really like screwdrivers. I like this one.
Yeah. Well, it really is based upon the vodka. And it just the smoothness of the vodka. You don't have that bite.
No,
with the grain alcohol, and so it kind of blends in and smooths out with the orange juice. So it's just great flavor.
Insane.
Yeah, I mean, it's bravo, man. You absolutely nailed it.
Paleo friendly, made from grapes. If you are on a specific diet where you got to steer away from certain higher sugar content liquors, Caveman Vodka is for you.
God,
okay,
so good.
Coming
So
up next, we got mules. We got some Bloody Marys we got to try.
Brockscow mules.
We got some Brockscow.
Yeah.
I love the
How about a
name.
Bloody Mary?
Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. All right, more next. It's a Bar Cart Friday brought to you by Keg and Bottle and Caveman Vodka.
This update is presented by Mercedes-Benz. Starting off here in the NFL, the Bears shocked the Commanders last night, winning 40-20 in Washington, D.C. 72% of public betting money was on the Commanders to cover the 6-point spread. So Vegas had a good night last night, threw a little extra money in the slot machines. Justin Fields and DJ Moore combined for 230 yards and 3 touchdowns on the night. Also, this was the Bears' first win in 347 days. Sticking with the Bears, the NFL lost a legend yesterday. Dick Butkus passing away at the age of 80. Butkus played 9 years in the league and was an 8-time Pro Bowler. Coming up this weekend right here on San Diego Sports 760, Aztecs on a bye week. So Saturday we will have Alabama at Texas A&M beginning at 3 o'clock tomorrow. Then on Sunday, an NFL triple header. First up, Saints, Patriots, 9:30. Eagles, Rams, 1:05. Then Cowboys taking on the 49ers at Levi Stadium at 4:45 in prime time. All of that right here on San Diego Sports 760. In baseball, the first divisional series will kick off tomorrow around the MLB postseason. First game, Rangers taking on the Orioles. The brilliant EQE SUV from Mercedes-Benz with available digital light technology. It's so smart, even the headlamps are thinking. The vehicle is all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. Learn more at mbusa.com/EQE SUV.
Thank God it's Friday! It's been a long week and the fellas are thirsty. It's time to cruise into the weekend. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch present Bar Card Friday. Brought to you by Keg Bottle.
Yeah, the fellas are thirsty, and as the fellas make their way back into studio, Tony Conja from Keg Bottle, 10 locations throughout San Diego County, joins us right now. And Tony, we need a price point on Caveman Vodka because this stuff is fantastic for tailgating.
Delicious, and it's only $29.99.
Oh!
So for a sipper like this, that's a great value.
Whoa. $29.99 for this bottle?
Yep.
And can we start getting on the road to getting Travis drunk? Because it wouldn't be Friday without it.
Travis, you got to finish that because we got the next cocktail coming. So,
Yeah.
bottom. Yeah, boy.
There she goes.
For you guys that aren't watching, bottoms up on the first pour that was just straight.
Yeah.
How did that taste?
It's perfect. I mean, it's the best vodka I've ever had.
I mean,
it's just so different.
Yep.
That's the thing. It's not what you're used to when you think vodka.
so typically vodka's not very good to sip straight, right?
Right.
So to be able to do that and call that as a shot and be clean. And by the way, he was talking about the aspects of it being very clean, and that's very important in a vodka because you'll wake up with no hangover with something like this.
Okay.
Well, there's the game changer.
I like that.
Not all of us are Rich Ornberger who doesn't get hangovers. Allegedly. I don't believe it.
Yeah, allegedly. It looks like there's Bloody Marys getting made right now.
Hey,
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Okay,
Bloodies on
Steve's
deck.
mixing it up.
Favorite morning drink.
Golly.
So now we had Tony's Bloody Mary, which I was not a fan of. Tasted like ketchup.
Yep. Well, what are you gonna do?
Wait, hold on. Which one are you talking
That
about?
was
The one Tony
Bit my
made
lip.
out of the Plandle.
I made
the
it out of the
Plandle.
Plandle. And remember, that was this is what I did in college.
Oh, yeah.
It sucked.
Cheapest vodka.
It's-
cheapest.
No offense to you.
Ketchup.
You know how much I love you. It was bad. It was bad.
But that was
I mean, I
by
drank it.
design.
No.
By design.
And I'll tell you what, the crazy thing is I still really enjoyed that as well.
Yeah,
And I was
right.
I was sheepish to admit it. I'm like, this is actually not that bad. Tony, you outdid yourself. Yeah. How could you? I just wanted an olive.
It's like,
That's all.
on a budget.
So, Steve, that leads us to this. What goes in your Bloody Mary?
Okay. Well, obviously, Caveman Vodka. That's the base.
Okay.
But then we have this Aga Lima organic Bloody Mary mix.
Oh, wow.
And I'll like to get your opinions on it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I love it. It's nice.
Do you like a
clean.
spicy Bloody Mary? Do you like it to be a little bit more mild?
A little bit more mild.
Yeah.
Not too crazy.
Well, you know what? That makes sense, honestly, because sometimes, and I mean, everybody knows this feeling when you're not using the best vodka, the spice can really cover up a lot. Because instead of getting the bite from the vodka, you get a little bit more of the smack in the taste buds from the spice of the Tabasco and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it makes sense to me. All right. You have just made what I would consider a top 5 cocktail. Bloody Mary, it's vodka martini, espresso martini, Bloody Mary somewhere in the top 3, maybe top 4. So let's try it, boys. We got Caveman Vodka.
I know this. We've been eating a lot of celery
Oh,
lately.
yeah. On this diet, you're on.
I got a bag right here.
Ready for this?
See? I got them all cut up for you.
I want to suck your limes.
I got that too.
Yeah, I have scurvy. So deficient.
Cheers.
Take a little cheers. We'll sip.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Yeah, I like the mix.
Wow,
was
that
it
works.
Agua Lima?
Yes.
That works.
Dude, yeah, that's solid too.
Organic.
Holy smokes.
Is that available at Kagan Bottle?
That is not.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was going to be like.
That's
Don't go to Kagan Bottle.
Too clean for that. I'm a big fan of the Ballast Point Bloody Mary mix.
Is that good too?
Yeah.
And that's
Wait, we had the
Cut water. No.
Yeah, cut water. Yeah,
Right.
it's all good.
Yeah, we'll have that guy on.
Yeah, yeah.
I like this a lot.
This is solid.
And I'm not a Bloody Mary guy.
Yeah, this
It's
is
clean.
good.
No, it's not too.
Well, it's not too
spicy.
tomato-y.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Like, I like it a lot.
Man, it is so smooth. Everything you're making
May I
here is so
also say-
smooth.
You did something that few people have during your time here on the show with Steve, is you've made breakfast drinks.
Yes.
Like you know,
you did.
there are times where, don't get me wrong, like an espresso martini, which we've had recently on the show this past month, it's amazing. And I never thought of it as a breakfast
It's a
drink.
dessert.
It's a
Dessert.
dessert.
It's
Right?
totally a
Yeah, I
dessert.
mean, we shoehorned it in. We're like, well, it's got espresso in it, so it's kind of an upper. But these are like the classic early tailgate drinks. You got a screwdriver. You get that at the golf course. You get it at your morning tailgate.
The
you got
Brocky
Bloody
Mary.
The
The Brocky Mary, absolutely.
Brocky
Do you
Mary.
think? I mean, it will be a bloody Brocky after the Cowboys get to him.
Depends
Yeah.
on Micah Parsons.
What?
Dude, Micah Parsons. Okay, listen, I'm not saying this just because he's a Penn Stater, but Micah
We
Parsons. We are Penn State. Look, Mike.
are.
No, listen. I mean, you got to put a little depth, a little nuts
I
in
love
it.
Saquon Barkley.
Just a,
Who's
we
your
are.
quarterback at
Damn,
Penn
that's
State?
your real voice too.
Yeah,
That
was not like
actual
any-
voice.
Dude, we had
Yeah.
Michael Robinson. Won a Super Bowl. with
Okay,
the-
yeah, wasn't he a fullback in the NFL?
He was a fullback in the NFL. we had Anthony Morelli, who runs a QB academy in Indiana, his home state now, and Daryl Clark. He was really good too.
Who runs
you
a
the-
Toyota
wait,
dealership out in Des Moines?
I think he sells
I
houses.
promise I don't mean this as a shot at you, but it's kind of a shot at you.
Go
Were you
ahead.
the highest draft pick of your year at Penn State? You were a fourth round.
No. Actually, unfortunately, he was kind of a bust. Aaron Maben was the highest draft pick. He went to the Buffalo Bills. He was taken 17th overall. And are you eating celery?
I mean,
And the reason-
celery is so much better than a Bloody Mary.
So Aaron Maben had like 12 or 14 sacks his junior year. He left early. I mean, he was insane. Dude, he could jump the snap count and be in the backfield before the quarterback caught the ball. He was lightning off the line of scrimmage. He went to the Bills and got absolutely dominated for 2 years and then is now a teacher in the Baltimore area.
So, like, Micah Parsons was legit in college. He was
Yes.
awesome.
Yes.
I think he's better in the NFL.
100%. Want to know why? It's
Sure.
because they're using him so much differently.
Well, he's
so,
Lawrence Taylor reincarnate.
and you got to give a tremendous amount of credit to Dan Quinn, the defensive coordinator with the Dallas Cowboys. And you have a lot to worry about with your Niners facing this defense.
No, we don't.
Nope. If Dallas plays cover 2, it's over.
So what they do though, even though they'll play sometimes, well, it's a lot of cover 3. It's that old Legion of Boom
Yeah.
defense.
Yeah.
What they'll do is they'll play cover 3 shell and they'll move Micah Parsons around everywhere. So you don't know where he's coming from. He's going to find the mismatch, or Dan Quinn will find the mismatch. He'll put him over.
Tony just give him another shot.
Here you go. I got a bag right here.
Also, drunk Travis is the best Travis, and we got nothing but time.
Oh,
after
we're
the
getting
show.
close.
We're getting right there.
Okay,
Well, here's the problem. And
There we go. Fill him up.
Steve, tell me if you agree here. What the Niners can do this weekend against the Dallas Cowboys is something nobody they've faced yet can, which is have double short slant threats with Debo and Kittle, and then you get Brandon Ayuk for once the Cowboys figure out how to stop the slants.
I'll tell you where they're going to make their money, and this is good for you guys because I know Ben, you, and Steve, you are both huge Niner honks.
Wow.
What benefits you is having a strong run game. It really takes the edge off of a pass rush. Christian McCaffrey, for my money right now, I wouldn't rather have any other running back in my backfield. That
Keep him
dude,
healthy.
he finds daylight. He gets the hard yards. I mean, for a guy who is being considered a slot receiver coming out of Stanford,
He's moving up to like third in MVP
dude, he's a
odds.
monster. He's an absolute monster. Don't worry about it. It's not the first time we've had broken glass in the studio. Me and Ben one time got into a fight over the Padres.
Wait. Was that a Kagan bottle tumbler?
It was.
No.
We got more. Don't worry.
R.I.P.
Wow, no doubt. Why is Tony pouring me So much more vodka than you guys. What?
Salud. Hey,
All right,
to
yeah.
the groundhog.
To the groundhog.
I do love that this has become a get Travis drunk thing and not get Fletch drunk thing.
That's coming.
No, it's
Yeah.
it's too easy.
No, because you get handsy though. And nobody's nipples are safe around Ben once he gets drunk.
1,000,000%. That is correct. That is very correct.
We got a special guest
By the way-
in your production studio today.
Yeah.
You stay away from his nipples.
SDFatLoss.com. I've been much more manageable on the food portions, so this hits a lot quicker. Is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, dude, this is the same thing that happened with the long ball invitational. None of us had a carb in our system. And then all of a sudden we were drinking, and then all of a sudden Rich had his shirt off, looked like Sasquatch walking down the ninth fairway.
I cannot wait till we're done with SD Fat Loss and we get to see the side-by-side comparison of me walking shirtless on that golf
Oh,
course.
it'll be so good.
I mean, because my belly, Steve, it was hanging over the belt. I mean, I was exhausted from drinking all
Or
day.
how about you in the golf cart leaning back?
Yeah, dude.
You look pregnant.
Oh, dude,
Steve,
yeah.
I can't decide which one I like better. I'm going Screwdriver. I'm going Bloody Mary. I keep going back and forth here.
That's okay to go back and forth. Just keep on going back and forth.
This is the best. This is the best.
Delicious.
All right, Caveman Vodka in studio. Steve Olson, the purveyor of this fine spirit. You can find at Keg and Bottle. They have 10 locations around San Diego. Tony Concha in studio, breaking glasses. We're having a good time on a Bar Car Friday. More with L'Chaim. All right, coming up next, we wrap up this Friday, and it's Big Rich, TD, and Fletch with it. Hey, it's Big Rich here. Want to talk to you about how I'm turning into Little Rich all of a sudden. I've lost 32 pounds. 32 pounds in less than a month. I mean, it's staggering how different I look than I did 3 weeks ago. I recently saw a picture. We were just talking about it, actually.
You look good, man.
I appreciate
you. Look real good.
you.
You look real good.
And I actually know for the first time in our entire time knowing each other that you mean it when you say this stuff. Like there were times that you kind of gas up your friends. You're like, no, dude, you totally don't look fat in that polo where your belly button is exposed. Everything's fine. You're killing the game, bro.
Jackets aren't supposed to button.
Okay, true story. I do a show after Sunday Night Football on NBC, and I could not button my suit jacket doing the show when we first started the football season. And now I'm comfortably buttoning the jacket. I'm going to have to get a smaller jacket. My chest size has gone down. My belly has certainly gone down. SDFatLoss.com is where you can get the advice that I got. Wayne and Chloe at SD Fat Loss have been incredible advocates. I've never lost weight this fast. I've never felt healthier. I've never felt better about my body since my playing career ended. And that's no joke, man. You don't have to exercise. I'm not kidding. I'm not getting the prepackaged meals like a lot of people have to sign up for. No drugs, no hormones, no injections, no counting points or calories, nothing like that. It's just simply following very easy to follow rules. And you do it daily. You stay disciplined. You log into an app. You log your weight every day. You log a couple of the meals that you're going to be eating throughout the day. And that's it. And you'll see the weight fly off. 32 pounds in less than 4 weeks. 32 pounds. So if you're sitting around and you're listening to us running errands, or you're in your car, you're about to get going with your day, trust me when I tell you, go to sdfatloss.com or call 858-665-3211. That's 858-665-3211, or go to sdfatloss.com. And you could be just like me. You can feel a little hopeless, and then all of a sudden you'll wake up the next day, you'll be down 20 or 30 pounds and you'll be feeling great. sdfatloss.com. What a day. What a day it's been. We are cranking along here on a Bar Car Friday, brought to you by Keg and Bottle. Tony Kanja helping out Steve Olson of Caveman Vodka. By the way, if you haven't been to a Keg and Bottle, what are you doing? There are 10 locations around San Diego, and it is the best place to get all of your beer, wine, liquor, mixers, sodas, whatever you need to start the party.
Wow.
He's got it covered.
By the
And-
way, highly recommend today, if you missed any of the show, to go back and just focus on Travis in the YouTube replay just during this 8 o'clock hour, because it's getting progressively funnier and funnier as it goes.
It is progressed rapidly, by the way. I was just talking video games with John Fink.
John Fink, our newsman from Kogo, he comes walking through with Lucinda K, who's also in studio. We're all enjoying some Moscow Mule screwdrivers and Bloody Marys.
Dude, he's got a Han Solo shirt on. Han Solo 007.
So he's got the James Bond Han Solo mashup shirt. And I got to tell you two things. One, first